Welcome back to another evening of doubleheader basketball here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. It is the Washington Demons coming up tonight against the Fort Madison Bloodhounds. As always, Washington girls and boys basketball powered by our friends at Washington County Hospital and Clinics. This is the pregame show presented by the ANC Williams Agency of Farm Bureau Financial Services. Washington in a battle here against Fort Madison, a couple of big-time SEC games for both the boys and girls teams. We start out tonight with the girls game as the Bloodhounds come into town 11-6 and 6-2 on the season. My name is Jack Knowlton. As usual, I will be joined by my partner Zeph Walker-El in just a little bit. Like I mentioned, the Bloodhounds 11-6. They're 6-2 in the SEC. Washington 5-3 in conference play. So an opportunity to potentially leapfrog the Bloodhounds and get back into second place for the Demons. They're looking to replicate a result against Fort Madison from earlier this year. In fact, the second day of the year, January 2nd, they beat the Bloodhounds over at their place. 50-44 was the final score of that one. An interesting game, a close one. Both of these teams competed very well in that one. Adeline Long led all scorers with 18 points. Reagan Miller had 14 and 17, as well as a pair of assists and a pair of steals off the bench for Washington. And we mention her in part because Washington will have to try and replicate that production without Reagan Miller tonight. She's out with an illness, so that will be a big loss for the Demons off the bench. Miller had been turning in some pretty consistently good performances, some double-figure games over the past few for Washington. So they will have to step up against a good Fort Madison team coming in tonight. I mentioned Adeline Long. She's one of the seniors here tonight for the Washington Demons. They're celebrating senior night. We'll have that for you after the girls' game. The boys' team, of course, celebrating their senior send-off against Mid-Prairie, but the group of seniors for the Washington girls team, I mentioned Adeline Long, Leighton Messenger, Taylor Miksch, Oakley Sabaski, Addison Miller, Presley Hoare, and Iris Dahl as well. So it'll be great to see the senior ceremonies for them after the game. Of course, the likes of Long and Messenger, Sabaski as well, 3 starters for this Demons team. So you will hear their names, as usual, called plenty tonight. Adeline Long leading this team, 14.3 points per game. She's well on her way to another first-team All-SEC appearance. For Fort Madison, they have their own returner from last season's All-SEC first team in Hadley Wolf, the senior point guard. Started all 20 games for the Bloodhounds, averaged about 11 points a game last year. She's up to nearly 15, as well as 3.3 rebounds and 3 assists, nearly 3 steals for the Bloodhounds as well. Has been very good for this Fort Madison team that has had plenty of success in SEC play. Their last game was a loss. They actually went out of state for it. They lost 42-38 versus Illini West, who I don't think is a team made up of Illinois alums from the west side of the state. But regardless, they were defeated over there in Illinois. They were down 13-12 at halftime, lost the third quarter 16-9, and the fourth quarter 20-10. For Washington, they come in tonight trying to bounce back from a defeat to Mid-Prairie. Of course, the Golden Hawks, a ranked team in Class 3A. They just found out their playoff fate. They're a number 2 seed in their regional. Washington, a number 3 seed, by the way, and we will have their first playoff game coming up. And it's a familiar foe for the Demons that they drew in the first round of the playoffs. They will face Fairfield, who they, of course, have beaten twice here in SEC play, including once at home. That game will happen next Saturday, February 14th, 7 p.m. We'll hopefully have it for you on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. But until then, Washington looking to end the regular season on a high note. They've got Fort Madison, then a clash at Williamsburg, who is the number 1 seed in their region for the playoffs. So they could see Williamsburg again if they go on a little bit of a playoff run. They end the year at Burlington, which, as we know, will be a game Washington will want to get after Burlington came here and won that 55-47. For Fort Madison, mentioned that loss. They are they're coming in having lost 3 on the bounce. They played Mediapolis, who of course Washington played at the very beginning of the season. Lost that game 56-35. Meepo, of course, undefeated, ranked number 9 in Class 3A, so a very good team as well. And then Fort Madison, the game before that, to end the month of January, played Pella. 49-40, they lost that one at home. Pella, another strong team. They're in Class 4A, as are the Bloodhounds, who are yet to receive their playoff fate. They will next week. We talked about Hadley Wolf, 15 points a game. Their leading scorer for Fort Madison. Wolf, of course, the All-SEC returner. They've got another one in a first-teamer, Dayana Davis, who's at 15.1 points a game and 7 rebounds, 2.5 assists for Davis as well. So Davis and Hadley Wolf, two names you will want to familiarize yourself with on the Bloodhounds side. Will be tough for Washington to stop. This is a Demons team that is leading the SEC in points allowed, and that is a good thing. 42.7, that's the fewest among Southeast Conference ball clubs, but they struggled against a Mid-Prairie team that can really get out and run. Coach Colin Mulford kind of talked about that after last game. Washington only narrowly ever loses the rebounding battle, but losing that to Mid-Prairie allowed the Golden Hawks to get plenty of run-out opportunities, score in transition, and that became an Achilles heel for the Demons. They will not want to let Fort Madison do the same thing. The Bloodhounds are scoring just over 49 points per game. The Demons, by the way, right around 45, which is the 4th best mark in the SEC. We'll send it to a quick break. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and the national anthem. Get you set here for Washington against Fort Madison. Doubleheader action, SEC action, and it's all right here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
Our communities were founded on the strength of local farmers. At CBI Bank and Trust, you can aim high, bank strong. With personalized service and trusted relationships, we'll help take your ag business to the next level with the right loan for your needs. CBI Bank and Trust is here for you.
At Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction, we provide everything from design to complete installation of your kitchen cabinets. For small town service with competitive prices, Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction are here for you.
Basketball game between the Fort Madison Bloodhounds and your very own Washington Demons. The Iowa High School Athletic Association of Washington High School encourages positive sportsmanship and behavior at all times during our athletic events. Good sportsmanship starts with respect for yourself, your team, the opponent, and the decisions made by the officials. Please honor these athletes competing tonight by refraining from any negative comments. Together we can set the standard for good sportsmanship. Please join me in welcoming our officials tonight. Mr. Blake Chance, Mr. Kim Hall, and Mr. Colton Spower. And now for your starting lineup, starting first with the Fort Madison Bloodhounds. A senior forward, 5'7", number 11, Dayana Davis. A senior point guard, 5'7", number 20, Hadley Wolf. A junior guard, 5'7", number 23, Raylan Turnbull. A junior forward, 5'6", number 32, Charlie Hebner. A senior forward, 6 foot, number 35, Hallie Minky.
What a great number.
And now for your Washington Demons. A senior guard, 5'10", number 0, Addie Long. At guard, a senior, 5'10", number 3, Leighton Messenger. At guard, a senior, 5'7", number 5, Oakley Sabaski. At forward, 5'11", senior, number 12, Addison Miller. And at forward, 5'9", sophomore, number 15, Vivi Kroll. At this time, we ask that you please stand and remove your hats as we pay honor to this great nation with the playing of our national anthem.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight.
That was the starting lineup and the national anthems as we get ready for the Washington Demons and the Fort Madison Bloodhounds here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. An SEC clash. Fort Madison looking to avenge a loss to Washington earlier this season. The Demons looking to jump the Bloodhounds, send both of these teams to 6-3 in SEC play. Burlington right there with both of them as well, kind of a race behind Keokuk. You heard the starting lineups for both teams, but let's meet them one more time. For the Bloodhounds, Deanna Davis and Hadley Wolf. We spotlighted both of them in the pregame. They return after making first team All-SEC last season. Raylan Turnbull is out there with them, along with an honorable mention and second teamers, Charlie Hubner and Hallie Menke from the visiting Bloodhounds. The Demons, it's their usual starting lineup. No Reagan Miller tonight off the bench, but they've got their group Adeline Long, Leighton Messenger, Oakley Saboski, Vivian Kroll, and Addison Miller. Saboski misses on the layup attempt. And we are underway between the Demons and Bloodhounds. Or Madison the other way. Menke has it at the top of the key. 6-foot center. It's plenty of size for this Fort Madison team. 7.1 rebounds a game. That's actually even with Davis, who's only 5'7", but can get plenty of boards. Wide open on the layup is Raylan Turnbull. Demons left her alone, and Turnbull is on the board for the first points of the evening. Turnbull, a junior guard, about 5 points per game. And Saboski traveled. Well, the start has been one of the more scrutinized parts for Washington so far this season. Colin Mulford's made plenty of comments to us about it, both when the Demons have excelled and struggled coming out of the gate in some of these games. Mid-Prairie, Washington trailed 13-8 after one. That was a decent start for the Demons. Just couldn't quite get a ton of points on the board, but slowed down that Golden Hawks offense from getting out and running from the opening tip, but they obviously got going in those second and third quarters. 19 points for Mid-Prairie in the second. The kick out, Saboski for three from the corner. And Oakley is on the board after missing the layup. Good response after turning it over on that last Washington possession as well. Demons looking to cut off the path to Menke inside. Adeline Long's defending her. Kroll is down there as well. Now she's got it outside of the three-point line. Used a screen. Now is stuck, kicks it out. Driving inside, the layup too strong. And the attempt by Turnbull that time. And Long will take it the other way. Demons come in here 10-8 on the season. Fort Madison at 11-6. That pass deflected, and Saboski couldn't gather it before it hit the baseline, so it'll go the other way. Fort Madison, of course, a 4A school. The brackets for those playoffs, as well as 5A, come out next week, so they're still yet to find out their playoff fate. Looking to improve their resume a little bit before those drop, and Turnbull's got another free path for two. So 4 quick points for Raylan Turnbull. And just 5 on the year. It's a good start for her, and potentially a option for Mulford to leave her open at the detriment of her scoring, trying to cut off the likes of Davis and Menke. Saboski will be at the free throw line after getting fouled by Turnbull. Oakley this season, 25% from the line, misses the first. Second on the way, that drops. Tied at 4, just about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. A couple of subs coming in again. No Reagan Miller for Washington tonight. Another dish inside leads to another open layup. There's no board for Menke. Can't get the roll. Another chance for Fort Madison, and the shot drops for Hadley Wolf. Wolf's first points of the evening, and they come on a third chance for the Bloodhounds. This team can rebound it. about 26.5 per game. Of course, Menke down there gives them a major boost, as does Davis. Soboski's gets it out to Adeline Long. No points yet for her tonight, but she'll jack up a deep three, no good. Miller skies for the rebound. It'll be a jump ball. That'll get possession back to Fort Madison. And that'll also allow Sarah Berto and Reagan, or excuse me, Ashlyn Long to come in. Used to saying Reagan Miller being that first sub off the bench with Berto. Berto, a junior. Ashlyn Long, just a freshman, the younger sister of Adeline. They're both out there. Messenger and Miller still on the court as well. Menke inside driving on Messenger. Menke just trying to power her way and got bumped by Long, who was coming over on the help. So that'll send Menke to the free throw line. Allie this year, 6-footer, 56% free throw shooter. And the first is no good. 6 points, 7 rebounds for Menke. She's not the leading scorer on this team, but can certainly do a little damage there. And on the boards is where her presence is very much felt. 2 assists as well. She misses both free throws, though. And Berto passes it over to Messenger. 6-4 in favor of the Bloodhounds. Low scoring first 4 minutes of the game. Madison Miller tried to find Messenger, got deflected. Long will fire a three in the corner, no good. Berto taps it to Miller, who's wide open on the right block for 2. Nice work by Sarah Berto to stay in the play. Don't know if it hit off her hands or the hands of the Fort Madison player there, but it ended up right in the arms of Addison Miller, and that'll be one of the easiest buckets she scores all year. All tied up, but driving inside, spinning and hitting was Charlie Hubner. First points of the game for the junior small forward. She's at about 4.4 a year, so some of these lower scoring players for Fort Madison stepping up in quarter number 1. Long drives inside. She had a good first quarter against Mid-Prairie, has that one swatted out of bounds. Mid-Prairie gave up some driving lanes to Ashlyn Long when she came in the game. Adeline actually took a little bit of a stint on the bench, got looked at a little bit. That gave Ashlyn some extended PT, and she made the most of it. Here is Adeline, too strong on the 3. That'll allow Fort Madison to run potentially off the miss. Turnbull kicks it out. Wolf tries a 3, too short, but the O-board is there, and Long committed the foul. Definitely got a hand on the basketball, but deemed it was on the arm first. That's team foul number 2 for the Demons. And that will send Diana Davis to the free throw line. She's a 58% or 59% free throw shooter, rather. Soboski and Kroll will come back in. Addison, Miller, and Leighton Messenger out for Washington. Davis gets them both. The lead up to 4 for Fort Madison. Davis up to 4 points. Layup drops for Adeline Long. Fort Madison looking for a response. Nice bucket there by Long. Deflection by Ashlyn. It stays out and will stay with Fort Madison. Inbound pass comes to Menke. Here's Turnbull, top of the key. Looks for a teammate. Menke's got it now. Hallie trying to kick it out of the lane. And does. Davis nearly spills it. Collects it. 6 on the shot clock for the Bloodhounds. Menke top of the key. They got to get a shot off with 3, with 2. Turnbull has to fire one up. And that's an air ball. Good defensive possession by Washington. The Demons getting a nice stop with 2 minutes to play. Ashlyn Long, left side. Fires up at top of the key three. Good! Big time shot by Ashlyn Long. Boy, she stepped up in the first quarters of these last two games. The Demons' lead is 1. Elbow jumper, no good by Davis. Berto gets the board. Long quickly the other way. Kroll called for it. Instead, she gives it to Adeline. Adeline trying to drive around Davis and draws the foul. First of the game on Davis.
Davis, her first, team foul number 2.
Ashlyn to trigger the inbound. Has Kroll wide open for 2. Nice cut there by Kroll. Nice find from Long. Some of those inbound plays have been tricky for the Demons a little bit. They got a nice baseline out of bounds there. And the deflection will keep it with Fort Madison. Really good response after going down 4 a couple of minutes ago. Balanced scoring for both teams in this first. Menke turning on Berto, trying to step through. And the layup rolls in and out. Strong play in the paint there by Menke, but couldn't get the layup to go. Berto sturdy defending. Kroll has it. Over to Soboski. Drives to the elbow, stops. Kroll tries to find Long. It rolls all the way through, not a play. Nice idea there by Ashlyn, but tight squeeze on the pass, and Kroll couldn't quite find her. 25 seconds to go. Fort Madison can hold for the final shot. Washington leading 13-10. A 3 would feel pretty momentous if you're the Bloodhounds. Instead, they throw it away. Mistake that time by Wolf running the point. She's having a conversation with Turnbull after the miscommunication. So now the Demons will have the last shot if they want it. 10 seconds to go. Long with 9. Adeline drives right. Stops, drives all the way to the rim, and 1! Adeline Long. What a way to get your second bucket. Can extend the lead to 6 after the free throw.
Sends Long to the line to convert an and 1.
And Long does just that. Huge play by Washington's senior leader. She's got 5. Fort Madison's just going to have to fire one up from half court. And no dice on the shot by Wolf. So a really nice end to the first quarter by the Demons. They lead it by 6. When you come back, it'll be Zeph Walker-El on the call for the second quarter. Washington leading Fort Madison by 6 here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
I love helping people. I always wanted to help people. That's what I love the most.
We do a really good job of growing our own, but also we are able to take your skills, adapt them to what we need, or grow them as well.
Our leadership group here, they are actively involved, always supportive of our new ideas and innovation here at the hospital.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Apply today.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
My name is Levi Lyle. I have lived in Kyoto my entire life, but I've been an organic farmer for about a decade. Truly, the reason to do business locally is because of the joy and fulfillment that comes in relationships. Coming to Professional Proteins is an opportunity to work with good people.
Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
And we're back live here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network for some Demon basketball. It is senior night here for our Lady Demons, their final home game of the season. They came away in the first quarter 16-10 over the Fort Madison Bloodhounds. Early foul to start off our second quarter here. Offensive foul it was. Gonna go on Vivian Kroll, that's her first. Hadley Wolf bringing the ball up here for the Bloodhounds. She as well as Diana Davis are two Bloodhounds you want to look out for, as they are combined nearly 30 points per game. Davis with the ball at the top of the key, guarded by Messenger. Davis with the crossover, drives in. Nowhere to go. She's trying to find somewhere to pass to. 3 seconds in the lane is Davis, who gets a turnover there. The Demons regain possession. Adeline Long bringing the ball up here for the Demons. Motion on the offense. Sabaski at the top of the key. Finds Messenger. Messenger finds Kroll in the paint, but it's stolen by the Bloodhounds. Wolf to bring the ball up. Finds Davis on the wing. In the corner for three. Hubner, no good. Messenger on the fast break. Crossover. Finds Miller on the top. Sabaski drives. Back to Miller. Messenger. Thought about it. Falls down with it. Gets tied up, and we have a jump ball here. The possession will go back to the Bloodhounds. Just over a minute and a half played here in our second quarter. No buckets scored for either team yet. Demons still leading 16-10. Wolf bringing the ball up for the Bloodhounds. To Davis, guarded by Long. Tries a crossover spin move. Pump fakes. In the corner is Davis. Takes the screen from Hubner, who tries to get into paint, but is stolen by Messenger. Long hesitates, crossover. Messenger on the wing. No good, catches a lot of air there, but the ball is beat out by Kroll. Good save there for her squad. The screen by Miller. Long takes the drive, finds Messenger in the corner. Miller on the wing. She drives through, guarded by Hubner. Long, quick three, short. And it's tied up there. Demons regain possession. Stoppage of play there. Not sure if they're gonna call what's the call here from the officials, but the ball is returning to the Bloodhounds. Wolf bringing the ball up. One of the two averaging 14.8 points per game is Wolf. On the top there is Menk. Finds Hubner, who gets to Davis on the wing, guarded by Miller. Oh, it's stolen by Long! And another tie up there. Jump ball, and the ball is returned to the Demons. Great hustle there from Addison Miller as she dived on it after the steal, or the poke out there from Adeline Long. Sarah Berto with the screen. She's wide open in the paint there. Long on the wing. Kicks it back to Messenger. Messenger drives. Finds Berto. Berto off the glass. Easy two. Sarah Berto. Looks like we got a deflection. Taylor Mix will check into the game for Addison Miller. Oh, in the paint is Menk, and she's catches some contact down there. Adeline Long picks up her second foul of the game. Menk, good on the first one. Stoppage of play by the officials. Fixing the shot or the scoreboard there. Looks like they were adding the foul for Adeline Long. Menk will shoot her second free throw. And it's no good. Dayana Davis with the hustle. No good there from the Bloodhounds. Long finds Berto. Berto, almost travels, but she gets the pass off. Some unhappy Bloodhound fans over there wanted to get a travel. Top of the key is Messenger, who drives in on Wolf. There's a foul away from the play.
Foul on Davis, her second. Fouls number 1.
Dayana Davis picks up her second.
Sabaski back into the game for the Demons.
Sabaski checks in for Leighton Messenger. Ball stays here for the Demons. Hubner wanted that out of bounds deflection to be on Taylor Mitch. Nonetheless, the Demons have possession. Adeline Long guarded by Davis. Finds Mitch in the corner. Mitch to Sabaski. Hard pass, but deflected out of bounds once again from the Bloodhounds. That time on Hadley Wolf. Ashlyn Long with the side inbound. Adeline Long calls off the screen. Wants to take Davis herself. Kicks to Sabaski. Sabaski drives. Ball's on the floor. Almost loses it. And they call a double dribble violation on Oakley Sabaski. She attempted to pick the ball back up after she had kind of dropped it in a little bit of it looked like a dead zone on the floor there. It just didn't bounce back up. Wolf guarded by Sabaski. Berto picks her up. Berto reaches. Wolf drives in and accepts the foul. She will go to the line, shooting 2 for the Bloodhounds.
Fouls on Taylor Mitch, her first. Team foul number 4.
Wolf, a 60% free throw shooter on the season. And short on the first one is Wolf. And good on her second is Wolf. Demons lead by 6. Just 3 minutes here to go in the first half of senior night for the Demons. Adeline Long, crossover, drive, pump fake, step through, and got a little bit of contact there. No call. She wanted to get a foul there. Menk could not hold on to the ball. Bit of a wild pass there from Hadley Wolf. Sabaski drives, crossover.
Fouls on Wolf, her first.
Wolf will pick up her first foul here.
Miller back into the game for the Demons.
Sabaski and Mitch will take a seat for the Demons as Miller and Kroll check into the game. Long finds Kroll. Step through, layup is good. Kroll was right there in the middle of the lane. Easy bucket for her. She's got 4 in the evening. Berto. And the stolen by Ashlyn Long, who drives in, takes the contact, And Berto picks it up, saves the play, puts 2 more on the board. We have a half 30-second timeout taken for the Bloodhounds. We'll be right back after a short break. And we are back here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network after a brief timeout there. Bloodhounds want to talk something over as they're trailing by 10 to the Demons here at Washington. Drives in with Wolf. Wild pass there, recovered still. Hubner finds Davis, and she had an open layup. Rare miss, looked like, for Dayana Davis. Ashlyn Long drives, finds Miller in the corner. Kroll at the top of the key. Finds Ashlyn Long, who steps past. Looked like she wanted to take a shot there. Oh, nice crossover from Miller. Takes the contact. The crossover confused the defender. She was able to create enough space to attempt a jumper.
First team foul number 3.
Nonetheless, she'll go to the line and shoot 2. And tonight's Miller is Addison Miller, just to make sure everyone's aware, as Reagan Miller is out with sickness for this one. And Miller is good for both free throws. Give her 4 on the evening. Balanced scoring approach is taken by the Demons tonight. Hadley. Finds Mank, who finds Hadley on the backdoor cut. And she's no good on the layup. The rim is just not their friend this evening. Long crossover on Miller. Top of the key is Miller. And overthought there, just a miscommunication from Addison Miller and Adeline Long. Messenger checks back in for the Demons as Kroll will take a quick break. Under a minute to go here in the first half. Demons lead by 12. Davis at the top of the key, guarded by Berto. Finds Hubner to Marshall. Marshall. This half-court defense by the Demons is so good, it's allowing another steal. Long looked like she'll hold it for the final shot. Under 30 seconds to go. Screen there from Long. Ashlyn Long is not happy about that one, as they called an illegal screen from the freshman there. 12 seconds to go. The Bloodhounds will get the final shot, or so it seems. 5 seconds. Davis at the top of the key. And too much on that pass there as Huber just couldn't grab it. And the Demons will now walk into halftime with a 12-point lead over the Fort Madison Bloodhounds. We'll be right back with the Fairway Meat and Grocery halftime show live on the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your health care.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections. Like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
At Washington Lumber and Home Center, our extensive knowledge, great pricing, and a long list of local installation experts, you are guaranteed to get the service you deserve with the quality you should expect. Washington Lumber and Home Center, your local place for great results.
The WHS dance team held a clinic today for grades 2 through 5. Tonight they will be performing the routine they learned during the clinic alongside our 2026 high school dance team members. Before they begin, they would like to thank everyone who participated in the clinic. Your support is very much appreciated. They would also like to take a minute to introduce the 2026 WHS dance team seniors. Emerson Smith, Zaya Williams, Callie Schiebel, Ruby Brown, Kylan Williams, Izzy Peterson, and Jossie Carter. And now, please enjoy their performance of Love Shack.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouth-watering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you. Fairway is the place to be all season long for your grocery needs. Drive through the lane for the snacks and drinks you need to keep you in the game, and don't forget to grab a meal for a post-game feast. Make Fairway your home field advantage.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
At Wolf Floral, you'll find everything you need to spruce up your summer. Located on the southeast corner of the Washington Square, we've got you covered from small gift items to the finest floral arrangements around. Wolf Floral, unique by choice, not by chance.
Your adventure starts here. Capper Auto Group Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram will get you ready in style. Meet with our friendly and experienced team to find a vehicle that gets you on the road, and rely on our service shop to keep you there. Capper Auto Group. See yourself the Capper experience.
Our communities were founded on the strength of local farmers. At CBI Bank and Trust, you can aim high, bank strong. With personalized service and trusted relationships, we'll help take your ag business to the next level with the right loan for your needs. CBI Bank and Trust is here for you.
Welcome back to Washington High School, where it is the Washington Demon girls basketball team with a 24-12 lead over the Fort Madison Bloodhounds. This is the Fairway Meat and Grocery halftime show. Jack Nolan along with my partner, Zeph Walker-L. Zeph, we're through 2 quarters of basketball. Washington is looking for a bounce-back win over Mid-Prairie, which, of course, I know you weren't there for, and welcome back. We're glad to have you back in the broadcast booth, yes, by the way. Great to see you, but after 2 quarters, Washington's got a 12-point lead here. A really nice run for the Demons. They win that second quarter, I believe, only allowing 2 points after the Bloodhounds had just 10 in the first. So a good quarter for Washington. What'd you like in that second? Felt like Demons did a good job of funneling that basketball inside, getting easy looks at the rim.
Yeah, I like, I'm always a big fan of energy off the bench, and acknowledging, when it's your time to step up, you have to play. And Sarah Berto off the bench, giving us 4 points, just creating space, and allowing people to almost forget about her. Because I saw a couple times she flashed to the rim and they forgot about her, and there she is getting a rebound and putting the ball back up. So it's awesome when you're able to do that, just off the bench. That you're not, you're fresh legs to everyone else on the court. So that's huge for the Demons.
Well, and especially huge considering, as we've touched on a couple of times, no Reagan Miller available tonight. Miller scored 14 points when Fort Madison and Washington played in Fort Madison back in early January. Yeah. I talked to Coach Colin Mulford before this game. He said, we're going to have to find a way without her. She stepped up big in that game. She had 7 boards as well, has been in double figures in most of the last few games for this Demons team off the bench. She's an absolute asset. But you're right, Sarah Berto's stepped up. Ashley Long came in and hit a 3 in the first quarter. And then, of course, from the starting lineup, Adeline Long with 5 points. And frankly, it feels like she could even have a little bit more. I felt like she was really assertive, especially in that second quarter. Got that and one, of course, to end the first as well, which was huge for Washington's momentum.
Yeah, it's a balanced scoring approach. And when you're playing a team like this with a dual threat of a Dayana Davis and a Hadley Wolf, you kind of need a balanced scoring approach because those two can easily give you 15 and 15, any given night. So them being able to contain them and hold them well under their average right now in the second quarter, walking in with 12 points, it's almost like who? Because the Demons came to play.
Yeah, absolutely. Wolf's got 3 and Davis 5 so far for the visiting Bloodhounds. As we get set to start this third quarter play, Zeph, give me a prediction for the second half. What are we going to see from Washington coming out of the halftime break as both teams are huddling up on their respective sidelines?
That defense, and we said it before on our last broadcast that I was available before, that half-court defense is becoming unbreakable. And it's going to be huge when they play, here again for their final home game, in the playoffs. So I want to see more steals. I want to see Adeline Long just take over the game and recognize that they want you to go at Dayana Davis. So give them the show that they want to see.
Starters back out for the Demons as we get this third quarter underway. Adeline Long, as Zeph just mentioned, has 5 for Washington, as Oakley Soboski's got 4, as does Addison Miller and Vivian Kroll. It has been strength in numbers for Washington here tonight, but a good attack off the bat by Davis, and she'll go to the free throw line for a pair. First of the game on Leighton Messenger. Adeline Long, notably, does have 2 fouls in that first half, so we'll look to avoid picking up a quick third in the third quarter.
Just as well as Davis. Davis has 2.
Davis 2, Raylan Turnbull 2 as well. No one else with more than 1 on the court right now. 2 for 2 on the free throws for Davis. She's got 6. And we've got a timeout.
Just the 30, don't get too comfortable.
I believe Washington called it. So Coach Mulford going to talk things over. Looks like Fort Madison was going to break into a press coming out after that free throw make. So maybe Mulford going to give his team a little bit of a press break, something to try and counter that. Of course, full court pressure is something this Demons team is used to seeing, Zeph, from the games that we've done.
Yeah, and it's amazing to see how much, starting from the beginning of the season when they were, losing and, getting beat to that press and the turnovers, and then as the season goes on, they started to learn that you have to be, patient. Let the game come to you when the press is on. You can't play at the pace of the press. You got to beat the press with patience. So
it's got a little bit of a diamond press going on for Fort Madison. Those 2 in the backcourt by the inbounder. Washington gets it into Long. Messenger going to bring it nearly across herself. Floated over to Soboski, but a steal the other way. So Washington did the hard work of breaking the press, but Soboski didn't get a call, and Wolf comes behind and takes the ball away.
Definitely thought she would have got some sort of call there, the bump in the back, but
Bloodhounds can get it within single digits on this possession. Launching a 3 and hitting is Davis. So a quick 5 points to start this second half for the senior leader for the Bloodhounds. Oh, Washington's second trip go. Vivian Kroll's got it. Kicks it out to Long. Soboski. Can they find an answer? This would be the time Fort Madison would want Davis to come alive. Washington wants to stem this tide a little bit. Long does just that. Step through layup.
Great step through layup. We love to see that.
Give her 7. Davis drives on Messenger, stops, puts it up off the side of the backboard. Ball loose, still loose, and nearly kept in by Davis, but it's out off of her. It'll go back to the Demons. Real crunch point in the game, you feel, for both teams. The lead is 9 for Washington. For Madison trying to cut it down quickly with this press. Washington ballooning it, trying to balloon it in this third quarter. Messenger, Long guarded tightly, as she has been in most of these games, being the 3-point threat that she is. Instead drives inside, gets fouled. Can't get the roll, but we'll go back to the line. Some aggressiveness by Adeline Long coming out of halftime.
You've got to be aggressive when it comes down to a team like this. It seems as though these Bloodhounds are being, they're hounds. They're playing to their mascot name, and the aggression on their end, it's almost like you got to battle back. If you play, soft, you're trying to play under, you're probably not going to get the calls you want, because the officials can recognize that. That scared me. That
I was wondering why you stopped.
From the kids scared me. And it seems as though it's coming from the wrong side of the court.
I think it actually is the Fort Madison side. I think that the sound might just be reverberating, because I was down there and saw them yelling, but didn't phase Messenger Long on the 3, and there's a block on the other end.
Addison Miller.
Messenger, the kick out. Miller, the 3. Too strong.
She deserved that one.
4 seniors out there on the court right now for Washington. They'll be celebrated after this game, trying to make it a joyful celebration with a win here tonight. Messenger gets it to Long.
Great way to be patient on that pass and not turn over the ball.
Very nearly lost her footing. Instead, it's Miller in the right corner. Skips it over to Sabaski. Drives inside, has it poked away. It'll stay with Washington, 16 on the shot clock. 5:30 to go, and Washington probably going to be happy to keep Fort Madison at this kind of arm's length. I mean, if they can, ideally they can balloon it even more. They'd like to do that, but it's a good lead for this Demons team. They won this game 53-44 last year. Long with 3 on the shot clock. Miller's got to go. No good off the prayer from outside the arc.
If she would have set her feet just a little bit, she might have been able to make that.
And the other way is Fort Madison.
Great defense from Kroll.
Davis drives around her, though, and gets 2 more. She's now in double figures. The first player to do so. Matches her number with 11 points. Messenger takes it across. Sabaski's open in the corner. She'll fire a 3. No good. Didn't make that one, but she's been shooting more confidently, it feels like, of late. Hopefully Sabaski about 3 points, 1.5 rebounds on the year.
Oh, and another block.
Coming the other way is Messenger. Has Kroll inside, gets it to her. Kroll drives, spins, up and under, doesn't get the call. Miller gets the board, gets it back to Kroll. Sabaski, she tries again from 3. That misses everything. It'll go back to Fort Madison.
The hustle there on these last 3 defensive possessions from Addison Miller is just, you can't teach that. That's within her. She wants to be the hustle playmaker.
That's something Coach Mulford has talked about with this team. When they go cold at times from 3, they still like to create good looks, but the defense can't drop off no matter whether or not the shooting is on. Davis, no good. Gets the long rebound, though, on the loose ball, and Washington has to scramble. Menke will try a 3. No good, in and out, but a wide open rebound for Turnbull. She stops, tries to kick it out. It's still loose. And Fort Madison somehow ends up with it again.
I don't understand how it went the same exact.
Wolf now has it, directing traffic. Rejects the screen. Kicks it over. Menke thought about another one. Instead needs help. Gives it to Davis. She'll fire from the same spot. That's good. Can't give her 2 on the same possession from the same spot. She'll make you pay, and the lead is down to 5, and that's going to be out of bounds. Adeline tried to give it back to Ashlyn, who was inbounding it, and she hadn't walked back across the out-of-bounds line. That's a big turnover for Washington. For Madison, some momentum. And it's Ben Davis, who's up to 14 points. She's had a big third quarter.
You got to know if they don't get a stop here, Mulford's definitely going to have to call a timeout.
9 for Davis in this third quarter, but traveled with it that time.
She made the bucket, though. That
would have given her 11 for the third alone.
She could do that at a college level.
Washington trying to just get it in, and Messenger does to Long, who's fouled by Turnbull. Washington, 14 turnovers a game. That is 5th in the SEC. It has been a struggle point for them all year long. Fort Madison, their stats only go through 14 of their 17 games, but they only average 9 turnovers in that span. They've been pretty disciplined at taking care of the basketball. Been good at turning teams over, too. 11 steals a game. Gets another deflection there.
The Hounds, they are hounding when it comes down to those passing lanes.
Long brings it across. Another big possession upcoming here for Washington. Long will fire a 3. Good!
That's a heat check.
Adeline Long when Washington needed it most. She's got 11.
That was a heat check. There we go.
And a steal.
Demons can play passing lanes too.
Fort Madison got it right back. Turnbull wasting no time. Drives, kicks. Davis is just going to fire.
Left her.
She's feeling it, but missed that shot. Miller grabs the rebound, trying to squirm free and avoid a jump ball, and instead a foul's going to be called. Fort Madison doesn't like it, but it's going to go against Turnbull, and that is Turnbull's 4th. He hasn't scored since the first quarter, excuse me, but now we'll have to go to the bench. is one of the starters for Fort Madison, so that is notable. Has been good on defense as well. She averages 3.2 steals a game. That's largely what made her an honorable mention All-SEC player last year. So they're without her defense now. Washington trying to make Fort Madison pay. They've got the lead back up to 8. Soboski's trying to expand it from the corner. No good. And a foul on the rebound.
I saw that coming. Yeah, she reached over the back.
It's going to go on Ashlyn Long. Oh, no, it'll go on Kroll. I thought it was Long on the jump, but Kroll with the push.
Yeah, she went right over the top of her head to try to get the board.
That's 2 on Kroll. Ashlyn Long and Adeline Long both have 2.
If the Bloodhounds just showed anything, that you give Dayana Davis just a couple buckets, she can change the dynamic of the game in a heartbeat. So that is something to look out for as the first quarter is approaching.
That 3 missed everything by Hadley Wolf, and it felt like this game was getting a little bit tense. It may be smart for Vivian Kroll. We're calming things down with a shoe tie.
You know, sometimes
now
that can be
Madison
strategic.
Backing off the press. Might be a symptom of not having Turnbull out there with her 3.2 steals. Long brings it across. She's got 11, close to her season average of 14. Kroll's had a nice night. The DHO with Long, 17 on the shot clock. Long just trying to get any space to work. Davis switches onto her. Long calling the ISO. Long with 8. Long step back 3. No good.
She wanted it.
The rebound's still loose. And a jump ball. That'll give possession back to Washington. Good work by Sarah Berto to get her hands on the basketball.
See, it's the small things. Those are what I mean when it comes down to Sarah Berto. She does the small things right. And those small things are so big when it comes down to a game that's like this, where it's close and it doesn't feel it's completely out of reach.
Ashlyn Long is open for a minute. She instead drives inside, stops, gives it back to her sister Adeline. Return to Ashlyn for 3. Too strong. A minute to go in this third. It's an 8-point lead for Washington. They've stabilized after that Davis explosion at the beginning of the quarter. She's got 9 points. Still has a chance to do some damage with the ball here. Top of the key 3 from Davis.
Good hand in her face, Berto.
Menke the rebound.
Stay there, stay there.
Thought about trying again, instead just drives on Berto and will go to the free throw line. You're right, she probably had an open 3.
Yeah, it was scary for a hot second because you saw Adeline Long leave her and go left. But Berto had to stick. She had to stick on her, so.
First foul of the game for Sarah Berto.
Davis converts the first.
Davis makes the first. She's been automatic from the free throw line tonight as well.
She just met her average.
15 points a game. She's right at that tonight. 7 rebounds a year. 3.5 steals herself. Is capable defender, and I jinxed it, Zeph. No good on the second free throw.
Hey, you're calling for the Demons, remember.
35 seconds to go. These Demons have a 7-point lead.
5-second difference, 6-second difference in the shot clock and game clock.
Long gonna take her time. Doesn't want to give too much back to Fort Madison on the other side, maybe. Trying to drive around. Good defense here by Jordan Marshall, who's into the game. Soboski, Ashlyn Long, 5 on the shot clock. Ashlyn Long spins the floater. No good. That would have been a pretty shot. And Ashlyn Long commits the foul.
Hey, whatever works. In this moment, that was a good foul because you stop the play. They don't get to get down court.
Yeah, Washington can't set its defense. Fort Madison's not in the bonus. Ashlyn Long's going to come up again. They've got to check up a shot with 2 with 1. The shot is no good by Wolf, and that will send it to the 4th quarter. So the Bloodhounds cutting into this lead a little bit. We've got a good one head into the 4th. You'd expect nothing else between 2 teams that were separated by just 6 points last game. We'll head to the 4th quarter when you come back right here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
At Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction, we provide everything from design to complete installation of your kitchen cabinets. For small town service with competitive prices, Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction are here for you.
love helping people. I always wanted to help people. That's what I love the most.
We do a really good job of growing our own, but also we are able to take your skills, adapt them to what we need, or grow them as well.
Our leadership group here, they are actively involved, always supportive of our new ideas and innovation here at the hospital.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Apply today.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Final 8 minutes here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network, and it is the Washington Demons with a 7-point lead over Fort Madison. They won this game by 6 on January 2nd. Trying to cut it down to 4 from the corner was Charlie Hubner. I haven't called her name a ton tonight. She has no points, but nearly got a big-time 3 to start the quarter. Jack Knowlton, Zeph Walker-L. Game 1 of a doubleheader tonight. We've got senior night for the girls team after this one, and then it'll be the boys game against the Bloodhounds. As Addison Miller tries to squeeze between 2 defenders, can't do it, lost the ball.
You know, in a moment like this where you're up 7, it's not a comfortable 7.
Rebound loose.
Every bucket matters.
Taken by Messenger. Sheba's going to go all the way with it. Leighton Messenger to the rim. No good, short on the layup. Long the offensive rebound. She lost it but got fouled. That will go on Hubner. That's her second of the evening. If you're wondering the foul trouble, that's now Hubner's second. Hadley Wolf and Dayana Davis, the 2 stars for Fort Madison, both have 2. And Raylan Turnbull, one of their better defenders, has 4. Kroll inside. She's been active tonight. Soboski drives in. Layup. No good. Nice move by Soboski. But Leighton Messenger there for the O-board. Boy, that was about 4 chances that Washington had on that possession. They eventually cash in. The first points of the night, by the way, for Leighton Messenger.
Yeah, tough lid on that rim.
Hubner. Here's Davis. She's been quiet since the early part of the third. The block by Kroll. Soboski got whacked in the play. She's behind it. Long coming quickly. Soboski gets it here. Kicks to Messenger.
It's a bad pass.
She drives, puts up the layup. It's good.
She turns a bad pass into a bucket.
4 straight points for Leighton. She's got 4. Soboski's got 4. Kroll's got 4. And Addison Miller's got 4. It's the magic number for Washington.
Balanced scoring approach. You love to see it.
Player with the basketball, Adeline Long's got 11. Messenger. She gonna hunt for 3 more.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, she is.
Oh, yeah.
Leighton Messenger.
And you ask her, what did it take to shoot that 3? She'll tell you it's luck. She'll tell you it's luck. And I'll quote you on that.
A timeout called by Fort Madison. A big start to the 4th for Washington. They lead 37-23. We'll kick it to a quick break. Come back out of the timeout. Demons leading the Bloodhounds on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. So out of the timeout, Washington has a 37-23 lead. What a start to this 4th quarter for the Demons.
In the middle of that second, they were down just 4, the Bloodhounds. And now it's just like completely.
There's the answer for Davis coming out of the timeout, so it's a good response for Coach Landon Bentley in his 4th season, by the way, with Fort Madison. 54-28 record. He's had some success with this team.
Oh, she was just a step in. Good take.
Instead drives inside, kick out to Messenger. The hot hand for Washington. Soboski stops at that Demons logo. Madison Miller trying to probe. Nice cut by Adeline Long. She was bumped, no call.
That was a block. That was a block from Davis.
Davis got a hand on the basketball. I think you're right, Steph. And it in one. What a tough bucket. Wow, Raylan Turnbull. She'd been quiet since that first, but gets a huge and one here. And can trim the lead back within single digits if she can get the free throw. She's got 6 points. Davis leading all scorers with 17. But Turnbull has been a rare or a unlikely offensive spark. Does miss the free throw though, so the lead stays at 10 for Washington. Messenger, the kick out. Miller's got a chance at a three. High arcing shot, missed everything, but it was last touched by Hadley Wolf, so it'll stay with Washington. Messenger. Into Long. Thought about a deep one. Messenger, you think she'd have the green light now to just try and go get a bucket. Instead, the kick out to Soboski for three. Too strong. Miller's right there. No good on the layup, though.
That rim has a lid on it when it comes down to, like, the close layups. It's a lid, man. It's a lid.
4:30 to play in this fourth quarter. That's a push by Miller. Her second.
The hustle there from Madison Miller. Again, it's not talked about enough. She is in the spot she needs to be, and she's making the plays, man. Tough she couldn't get that one.
Quick trigger three from Wolf. Good! A huge start to this fourth for Fort Madison. They're not going away. The Demon lead is down to 7. Wolf is up to 6 points. She can get going in a hurry, too. All SEC
nope, I knew it was coming.
A foul on Turnbull, and she's done.
She's out of there. I saw it.
Boy, they've been using her in that full court press.
I'm not sure I like the call from the coach there. You know she has the tendency to reach. I've been seeing her reach all game, and you put her in a one-on-one with the smallest girl in the court. Yes, that's enticing. That's enticing. It looks like you can take the ball from her, but now she's sitting.
Bentley didn't like the call, but Turnbull is out of this game. Gave them a huge and one. 3 steals a game.
They better stop picking on Ashlyn Long. That's our freshman.
That one goes on Hallie Menke. And you wonder if the Demons, and especially if you're Ashlyn Long, you maybe try and provoke them a little bit. That's 2 quick fouls.
Yeah.
3 in this fourth for Fort Madison. Washington has 2. Adeline Long.
I thought she was gonna.
Davis is trying to guard her tight, not give her any open looks. Adeline Long will take her time. Sarah Berto's gonna come in. Long's gonna drive, has it poked away.
Poke.
Davis, some good defense.
Great.
Gets it.
Up.
Messenger comes from behind,
saves
it. Still loose.
There's
Miller's
Miller.
there. Davis is down as well, and it's a jump ball. That's gonna give it back to the Demons. So Messenger and Miller are rewarded for their effort.
Miller is always there. Hustling. Being scrappy. 50-50 balls. You love to see it.
Long, they're trusting her with the point guard duties on this press. Gets it over to Layton. Addison Miller drives inside right on Davis and draws the foul.
Miller's foul to the line, shooting 2.
Third of the game on Davis. That will put Addison on the line.
Third, team foul number 4.
Actually, the foul went on Hubner. That's her third. Miller makes the first. Addison Miller, one of a multitude of seniors on this Demons team.
And the second.
Makes both. She's got 6. Almost double her season average on the year. Quick 3 the other way by Hubner. It misses everything. Not the shot Fort Madison would have wanted, and the Demons can bring this back beyond double figures. They're going to take their time doing it, too, up multiple possessions. They've taken good care of the basketball tonight. Messenger gets bumped. And that is 5 on the Bloodhounds, so that is going to put Layton on the free throw line. For the final 2:50 of this game, the Demons are in the bonus. No more fouls to give for Fort Madison. Wolf picks up her third. Boy, Washington, with just 2:50 left in this game, has done a good job on Hadley. 14.8 points a game. She averaged nearly 3 steals as well. This is a FM team that is really, really good at taking the basketball from people, and I think the Demons, you have to say, have done a pretty decent job at controlling it today. The refs are going to have a conversation with Adeline. I think maybe some blood on her uniform. They're pointing at the top of her uniform. Yeah, she's got a cut, I think, on her elbows. She's going to have to get that patched up. Mulford's having a word with them as well. We'll just hand Long a
goes back to what
Band-Aid.
we were saying with a real scrappy game here.
Not something you see all the time. It's interesting they aren't just subbing Long out quickly.
Here comes the gauze.
We've got the trainer out on the court.
Now, who got parlays on this? Is this a Vegas move?
What would that even be? Just the over-under on the game time? Broadcast length? Long's all passed up. That's normally when I'd read the out-of-town scores, but I didn't have any ready, so I apologize for that. Big night of basketball. Of course, the girls in 1A through 3A have their playoff results, or at least their playoff paths to state. Washington's going to play Fairfield here next Saturday. As Layton gets the second free throw, she's quickly up to 9 points. The lead for the Demons is 11. The three the other way by Davis. They needed it, didn't get it.
The hustle.
Berto draws the jump ball. It's going to stay with Fort Madison, but Berto's going to get some applause from the home fans here. Menke. She's been quiet really since the first quarter as well. That's just 1 point for this team, trying to get 2 more. No good on the shot.
She took that
kick
right
out,
out
a
of
3 on the second chance, also no good. Will they get a third bite at the apple? They will. Actually still loose. And Messenger jumps on it, ball back to Washington. So 1 too many O-boards if you're Colin Mulford probably, but they end up with possession anyway.
Yeah, that's a tall gal there, Mink is.
And but just 1 point on the night for, looked like she could really get going in that first quarter, but Washington's done a good job defensively, limiting her opportunities inside. She averages nearly, or just over 6 points a game. Demons just trying to be patient. Long nearly lost it, wearing that elbow gauze now. Miller top of the key. Drives right, stops inside. Layup is good.
Good drive
Madison
there.
Miller, one of her stronger outings of the season. She's up to 8. Boy, some of these seniors are shining on senior night. 90 seconds to play here in this one. Drive inside, the bump by Washington will send Wolf to the free throw line. That went on Sarah Berto. Much needed free throws. Washington still has 2 more fouls to give, by the way.
Washington senior parents, please go into the East Hallway for senior night preparation.
Wolf makes the first. She's up to 7. Makes the second, and a quick timeout called by Landon Bentley of Fort Madison. Full timeout called. We'll step aside for a moment, come back. We'll have the final minute 26. Fort Madison needs buckets. Washington trying to hold on for a big-time SEC win here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. coming out of the timeout. A minute 26 left in this game. Washington has an 11-point lead, but the Demons certainly far from thinking about cruising in this one. They've taken good care of the basketball against this Fort Madison press for the most part tonight. It has helped them increase their lead. There's a quick foul.
I think we're well aware that Dayana Davis can turn a game like this into a 2-point game in a blink of an eye.
Certainly can, and as we mentioned in the pregame, Washington will want to hold on to this win. If they do so, it'll bring them to 6-3. It will drop Fort Madison to 6-3, more importantly. And that would put the Demons ahead of the Bloodhounds, having swept that season series. Second free throw up and good by Ashlyn. This would be a major SEC win. This is, of course, a Demons team that already has its playoff fate sorted, but wants to have a strong end of the season before they head into that postseason play. There's a quick bucket the other way, and there's Menke, her first point since the first quarter. Down to 10, a minute to go. Long's got it, gets it over to Messenger, and Washington again able to break that press. Here's Sarah Berto. Gives it back to Layton, into the sure hands of Adeline Long. Good ball movement here by Washington. Trying to burn clock. For Madison eventually does foul Ashlyn Long. That's who you want to foul. Just a 25% free throw shooter, but just split a pair. This is a Washington team shooting 55% from the free throw line. That is only 5th in the SEC. It's not necessarily their strong suit, but Long gets the first there.
I feel like that 25% from the free throw line doesn't do her justice. It sounds like she's taken not enough.
Very limited volumes, without a doubt. Without a doubt.
She's a good free throw shooter. I've seen her shoot enough of them to say, but that percentage doesn't do her justice.
The form was clean on both of those. Lead up to 12. Davis kicks it out. The three on the other way. Jordan Marshall can't get it to go. An offensive board and a foul on the floor. Hubner, good effort to get there. Only the 4th of the quarter on the Demons, so a huge deal. That will go on Miller. 30 seconds to play here. And the three connects. Hadley Wolf makes it a 9-point game. They're going to have to foul quickly, and Long will go to the free throw line. So 20 seconds to go. It's the most simple strategy. If you're Coach Mulford, you tell your players, make your darn throws.
Yeah, that'll that'll keep the lead at least. They got some scary shooters over there.
Long drops the first free throw in. She's up to 12 points.
Wolf is close to, hitting her average, so.
Hadley Wolf, 35% free throw or 3-point shooter. Davis is only at 25, but we know her scoring late. A huge offensive board. Berto will pull it back out. Could have probably gone up for it, but yeah, wasting more time's better for Washington.
Good way to wait for it there. They thought about it in that moment. They understood they had to wait. You couldn't force that layup there. It was wide open, though. It was wide open.
Probably might not have made a difference in the end.
Yeah.
But with 13 seconds to go in a 10-point lead, this is going to take a Tracy McGrady level effort from Fort Madison.
T-Mac, NBA legend, Hall of Famer.
How would you feel if you were a Spurs fan that day? Must have been brutal.
I mean, imagine if you were a T-Mac fan. Imagine if you were a betting man. Oh, my.
13 seconds to go. Fort Madison's got to go fast. This is going to be a major win for Washington. Going to avenge a loss to Mid-Prairie, and look out, the Demons have now won 3 of their last 4 games, all of which have come in SEC play. They get a 49-37 win here tonight over the Fort Madison Bloodhounds. A balanced scoring night. Adeline Long leads the way with 14. Addison Miller finishing with 8. And a good outing for the Demons overall. Messenger gets 9, most of which came in or all of which actually came in the second half. Ashlyn Long off the bench chips in 6, and without Reagan Miller, the Demons get things done. We'll send it to a break. When we come back, we'll put a bow on this one and look ahead to the game coming up in just a few minutes. The boys team taking on the Fort Madison Bloodhounds will sign off for now. Come back in just a few moments. Once again, the Washington girls team getting a 49-37 win over Fort Madison.
All right, folks, well, we've got 8 seniors to honor tonight. Go ahead and announce them and their parents and their future plans. First senior up is Cooper Zaz. Parents are Jill and Ben Zaz. Cooper's future plans are to study cybersecurity at Hawkeye Community College, or SEC, and his favorite bowling memory was placing 12 for all conference this season. Nice job, Cooper. Next senior is Iris Dahl. Parents are Andy and Brandy Dahl. Iris plans to attend University of Wisconsin La Crosse for environmental science. Favorite basketball memory when Addison Miller hit a half-court shot, buzzer beater sophomore year on the JV court. We all remember that, Iris. Our next senior is Presley Hora. Parents are Kurt and Heather Hora. Presley's future plans are to attend Kirkwood Community College and transfer to Iowa State University for a bachelor's degree in agricultural education. Presley's favorite memory is team meals at the Long's house, to which I've never been invited. Our next senior is Addie Long, Adeline Long. Parents are Rhiannon and Brandon Long. Addie's future plans are to major in pre-med at Luther College while playing basketball. Her favorite memory is getting the chance to play with both of my sisters throughout high school. Our next senior is Leighton Messenger. Parents are Tim and Kim Messenger. Leighton's future plans are to attend the University of Iowa to study human physiology on the pre-physician assistant track. Her favorite basketball memory is Christmas caroling with the team at Coach Mulford's house. Our Our next senior is Taylor Mix. Parents are Don and Sherry Mix. Taylor's future plans are to attend University of Wisconsin-La Crosse to study engineering. Taylor's favorite basketball memory was eating a bunch of cookies at Addison's grandparents' house after caroling around town with the team. Our next senior is Addison Miller. Parents are Nathan and Brandy Miller. Addison's future plans are to attend the University of Iowa to study marketing. Her favorite basketball memory is also Christmas caroling at Mulford's house. And our final senior is Oakley Sabaski. Parents are Jamie and Aaron Sabaski. Oakley's future plans are to attend Simpson College to major in biology on the pre-med track. Favorite basketball memory? Christmas party and poems. All right, let's hear it for all these seniors. Great job, folks.
My name is Levi Lyle. I have lived in Kyoto my entire life, but I've been an organic farmer for about a decade. Truly, the reason to do business locally is because of the joy and fulfillment that comes in relationships. Coming to Professional Proteins is an opportunity to work with good people.
Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your health care.
At Seafirst Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with Seafirst today and see why together is better.
At Washington Lumber and Home Center, our extensive knowledge, great pricing, and a long list of local installation experts, you are guaranteed to get the service you deserve with the quality you should expect. Washington Lumber and Home Center, your local place for great results.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you. Fairway is the place to be all season long for your grocery needs. Drive through the lane for the snacks and drinks you need to keep you in the game, and don't forget to grab a meal for a post-game feast. Make Fairway your home field advantage.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
At Wolf Floral, you'll find everything you need to spruce up your summer. Located on the southeast corner of the Washington Square, we've got you covered from small gift items to the finest floral arrangements around. Wolf Floral, unique by choice, not by chance.
Your adventure starts here. Capper Auto Group Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram will get you ready in style. Meet with our friendly and experienced team to find a vehicle that gets you on the road, and rely on our service shop to keep you there. Capper Auto Group. See yourself the Capper experience.
Our communities were founded on the strength of local farmers. At CBI Bank and Trust, you can aim high, bank strong. With personalized service and trusted relationships, we'll help take your ag business to the next level with the right loan for your needs. CBI Bank and Trust is here for you.
At Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction, we provide everything from design to complete installation of your kitchen cabinets. For small town service with competitive prices, Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction are here for you. Welcome back to the Southeast Iowa Video Network, powered by our good friends as usual at Washington County Hospital and Clinics. This is the Community First Credit Union post-game show, and if you see people warming up and are wondering, why is there a post-game show going on? It's because we're going to have another game to call here, a doubleheader tonight between Washington and Fort Madison. The Demon Boys team's about to take action against the Bloodhounds, but the Demon Girls team wrap things up, a 49-37 win. They're second of the year over Fort Madison. They're third in their last 4 games, and they are now up to 6-3 in SEC play. Jack Knowlton, Zeph Walker-L back in the broadcast booth. Zeph, let's put a bow on the girls' game. What did you think of the second half in that one, especially that third quarter for Washington to pull away?
You know, I came in late, so I wasn't able to see the first quarter. So it was interesting coming in and seeing Washington be up. You know, they weren't up a lot. They were up maybe up a bucket or 2. And then that second quarter just kind of saw the defense of Washington and why they were winning. And as they, were able to just expand their lead, they didn't look back. These types of games are when Washington plays their best. When they have the lead, they don't let it get within range of almost like panic and you're going to lose this, and they just keep extending. But it's the defense that allowed it. They were able to contain Dayana Davis as long as they could. She still came out and got 17 points. They would have contained Hadley Wolf and keep her under her average. So when you contain the 2 best players on the team, that should result into a victory, and it did.
Yeah, Washington hasn't had a game like this in a little bit. Some of the wins we've seen, they scored 62 in that win over Fairfield, 51 at Mount Pleasant. But, even though 49 might feel a little low for Washington, I thought this was one of the most balanced performances on both sides of the ball that I think we've seen. I mean, you look at the final box score, Adeline Long 14 points, Leighton Messenger with 9, Addison Miller with 8, Ashlyn Long with 6, and that's without, of course, Reagan Miller coming off the bench.
Yes, indeed.
Who scored 14 in the first iteration of this game.
And she's averaging 8 points on the year. Or actually, she's the second leading scorer for the team.
Right behind Adeline, yeah.
It's amazing that they were able to keep the ball spread around, get everybody involved, and it's senior night. That must have felt so good. You picked up a win against, we don't want to shame the Bloodhounds. They were here. At one point, Dayana Davis made it so close that you almost thought. But again, the Washington went back to the well that has fed them so well this entire game. And that defense, they locked back in, they clamped up, and Dayana Davis had to slow back down.
Yeah, got going in the third, was silent toward the end of that quarter, and just limited just enough for Washington to get a really big-time win for their season. So they take care of business in the girls' game. In the boys' game, coming up here in just a couple of minutes, it is the 10-7 Demons against the 2-15 Bloodhounds, whose record under Coach Ryan Wilson, who's in his 11th season at Fort Madison. Record's a little bit deceiving, and I say that even going back to their last game. Zeph, if you remember all the way back on December 9th, Washington played Mediapolis. They won that game 55-52.
Oh, yeah.
That was a tight one between the Bulldogs and the Demons. The Bulldogs just played the Bloodhounds, and Meepo took Fort Madison to overtime, knocked them off 51-49. So pretty similar result against a decent quality opponent in Mediapolis, a good 2A team there. Fort Madison, they've gotten some momentum back a little bit. Found, just some stuff, even if it hasn't translated to wins. I think this is a team certainly better than their 2-15 record has shown. They've got some talented players, led, of course, by a returning All-SEC first-teamer from a year ago in Nolan Guzman. 18 points per game for him. He scored 22 in that win over Meepo. The other guy I'm going to point to, Darius Foy, the junior. He is 6'10". His stats might not reflect a ton, but 9.1 points, 8.4 rebounds. He's got nearly as many boards as points, 1.5 blocks a game as well. He was injured for the first part of the season, came back actually that game against Washington on January 2nd that the Demons won at Fort Madison. 86-65 was Foy's first game back in the fold. He comes back and is, been getting in better form since he's just kind of been getting, his legs back under him.
Yeah, indeed.
With all that in mind, Zeph, what do you make of this game as we count down toward the final minute before we hear the starting lineups?
Fort Madison, this might be scary because they're looking for any win. It doesn't matter where it comes from or how they get it. And with them, make the playoffs or whatever. But that guy, Nolan Guzman, man, averaging 18 and bringing us, 6 rebounds a game?
Yep. 5.8.
Shooting 45% from the field, and he's an 80% free throw shooter, so that means he's gonna go to the line. That's something to worry about. But when it comes down to the Demons and why the Demons have to pull this one out, it's huge because they have players that have, they've had ups and downs, and they've lost games that they could have won. And this could be one of those games if they aren't locked in from the jump of the ball. Both teams coming into here off of a loss. So it's going to be an interesting game, nonetheless.
No doubt about it. We'll send it down to the PA announcer for the starting lineups.
The Iowa High School Athletic Association of Washington High School encourages positive sportsmanship and behavior at all times during our athletic events. Good sportsmanship starts with respect for yourself, your team, the opponent, and the decisions made by the officials. Please honor these athletes competing tonight by refraining from any negative comments. Together we can set the standard for good sportsmanship. Please join me in welcoming our officials for tonight, Mr. Blake Chance, Mr. Kim Hall, and Mr. Colton Spower. And now our starting lineups. First for the visiting Fort Madison Bloodhounds, coached by head coach Ryan Wilson. A freshman, 5'7", number 0, Jonah Tackett. 5'10", sophomore, number 1, Auroriel Wakindi. A 6'3" senior, number 4, Nolan Guzman. A 6'10" junior, number 22, Darius Foy. A 5'11" sophomore, number 24, Ezekiel Groves. And now for your Washington Demons, a senior guard, 6 foot, number 1, Drew Conrad. A senior guard, 6 foot, number 2, Kale Williams. A senior guard, 6'1", number 3, Rajan Roth. A junior guard, 6'4", number 4, Nick Stone. At guard, sophomore, 6 foot, number 20, Tate Griner. Demons are coached by Mr. Colin Stark. Let's play ball.
You just heard the starting lineups between the Washington Demons and the Fort Madison Bloodhounds. The boys' game set to tip off here in just a couple of seconds. And it's Rajan Roth to jump it up. And now we've done this exercise before, Zeph. We've talked about, Raj's jumping ability and his eagerness to rebound and get into the paint.
I mean, he's leading the team in rebounds, so.
That said, and he had to do this a while ago against Keokuk when they were here. He's got a tough assignment here in the jump ball. He's going against Darius Foy, 6'10". Let's see if he wins it. He does not. That's all right. It's a tough assignment.
I hope he just gets his eight average, you know?
And he's going to guard Foy. This is going to be an interesting assignment. We, of course, watched Jackson Clark come in here and do things like that. Getting to his spot right away is Darius Foy. So that will be a matchup all night to watch. Washington, one of the smaller teams in the SEC.
I want to see Stone get that matchup on Foy.
Stone 6'4". He is the tallest member of the Demons starting lineup, which, of course, to refresh your memory, includes Drew Conrad, Rajon Roth, who we talked about, Cale Williams, Nick Stone, of course, and Tate Griner, who's moved his way into the starting five. For the visiting Bulldogs tonight, Jonah Tackett, he wears number 0. A freshman, Aurelio Wakinde, who you might remember if you watched the football broadcast between Washington and Fort Madison. Good football player for this Fort Madison team. Nolan Guzman, the leading scorer, 18 points a game. He was an All-SEC first-teamer last year. Foy, who we just mentioned, got the first bucket of the night. And Ezekiel Groves, number 24, a sophomore, who just dished it to Wakinde, who gets it to Guzman, who rises up and leaves the jumper short.
There's one for Roth. I'm going to keep track mentally, at least.
As best you can.
Best I can.
Until he gets up to
17.
You know, yeah. Of course, what he had a few games ago against Carlisle, he is an eager attacker of the rebounds. There's a miscommunication there between Stone and Griner. Foy, the easiest steal he'll probably get all season. Wakinde finds Foy, goes up against Williams, misses the layup, gets his own rebound. This is another one, a third crack. No, how about 4? Blocked away. Still with it. Take Griner on the block.
Demons. That's what I'm talking about right there. Whatever size, it doesn't matter. You got to show some skill. Standing under there and just putting the ball up does not get a bucket.
Foy nearly had that knocked out of his hands. Boy, they had 5 chances on that possession, but came up empty. But the Demons missing on their own end. Still without a bucket through 2 minutes. Nolan Guzman hanging no good. There's another O-board for Foy.
Let's go.
No, gets it again, and now he's all alone for 2. And that's going to trigger a timeout by Colin Stark. Boy, I think that might be 8 rebounds already for Darius Foy.
He's attempted 20 points already. I'm just going to say that.
He's got all 4 to start this game. That was a wild sequence, so we'll see what Colin Stark talks to his team about, just with being tenacious on the glass.
I just hope there aren't any college coaches that are watching right now that were able to see this big guy miss that many times under the rim. You just put your draft stock in danger, dude. You know, they talk about you when you're big and you think the size. No,
boy, it's not the rookie showcase. You know,
that was insane though. He didn't even get to do a move or nothing, just throwing it up there.
He's got 4 and maybe double that on the glass. Cale Williams brings it across half court for Washington. Here's Drew Conrad. Let's see how the Demons try to settle into this. Nice dime from Conrad.
There we go.
Roth, the first points of the game, and what a good response out of the timeout for Coach Colin Stark's side. He's been in charge of this Demons crew for a while. Guzman leans in. No, Foy right there. Yes.
Foy with the putback.
Foy getting going early. Finding his positioning in the paint. He's got all 6 now. Conrad goes right to the rim. Lost it on the way up, though. Guzman comes the other way. He'll slow things down. And Wakinde has it all alone. No one's guarding him. He drives inside. The hanging floater is good, and that was a miscommunication by the Demons.
That was a nice drive, but I'm taking that jump shot every day. That was wide open, and you drove in.
Conrad kicks it to Roth. Good start here for the Bloodhounds. The Demons trying to keep pace. Roth got fouled. That's going to go on Guzman.
That's the right one. You want to get him in foul trouble early.
Guzman is first.
First on Guzman, as I mentioned, All-SEC first-teamer. He had 22 points and 11 rebounds in that overtime loss for Fort Madison against Mediapolis. That pass goes all the way to the backcourt. That's allowed.
I was wondering.
That, Nick Stone.
Can you do that?
He slapped the basketball like he thought it might have been a violation, but you can do that. Griner over to Stone. Guarded and good hands there. Stone gets it back. Defense by Groves. Roth drives on Guzman all the way to the rim. High layup high off the glass. No good.
Good attempt.
Those shots are going to be well contested with Foy down there. Joaquin Day. Excellent defensive back on the gridiron.
Nick
And
Stone
a good passer of the basketball. Tough layup, no good, but Groves skies in for the O board. Boy, Fort Madison, even outside of Foy, has kind of been the aggressor on the glass so far. Jump ball does give possession back to Washington. Groves is going to check out. Lewis Helmick coming into the game, number 2 for Fort Madison. About 4.5 points a game for the junior, 2 rebounds as well.
Oh.
Conrad. Trying to isolate. Now gives it up to Cale Williams. They're guarded tightly, Washington. Williams floats it up. Good shot by Cale.
Good way to hold it in the air, that hang time.
He had 5 points against Mid-Prairie in Washington's loss to the Golden Hawks earlier this week. All 5 came in the fourth quarter. It was a little bit of a spark for the Demons. They were down big. He had 5 quick ones. Joaquin Day spins, gets the shot. Smooth touch by Joaquin Day.
That's a great attempt there from Joaquin Day, getting the Nick Stone to jump off the pump fake.
Tight defense here on Conrad. He drives right around it, tries to get it to Stone. Pass got deflected. Stone still gets it, steps through for 2. Boy, through the head fake.
3-level score is Stone.
10-6, a little bit more pep in the Demons' step on offense. Here's Joaquin Day. Looking to kind of potentially a little 2-3 zone here. Look, maybe a box and one. There's the deflection. Roth got his hand to the basketball. They were trying to go inside to Foy, who's been quiet after getting the first 6 points of the game. Williams, no good on the layup.
Good attempt.
Washington's got to get those to go in a game like this. Joaquin Day the other way. Stops Guzman. Over to Tackett. Guzman in the corner. Stone's on him. Guzman thought about it. Goes around Stone, and refs were looking for that one. Will that go on Stone or Roth, who reached across? It will go on Nick. First on Stone. That's going to bring Ashton Mans into the game for the Demons. Number 10, he had a good shift in the first quarter against Mid-Prairie. Washington is without Bowden Brown tonight, who is out with an illness. A couple of subs as well for the Bloodhounds. Guzman, a deep 3, no good. There for the offensive rebound. Taken away by Greiner.
You know, if this was football, they'd call that on the that
DPI maybe?
Yeah, right.
Stone for 3, no good. Foy right there for the rebound.
Oh man, that was the rebound.
A couple of aggressive plays for Tate Greiner. Brady Ulick, number 10, a sophomore, is in for Fort Madison. Tackett has the basketball here. Lucas Helmick also coming into the game. Here's Tackett, about 7 points per game for him. 11 starts for this Bloodhounds team. Spins and goes to the free throw line. Boy, Tackett's only 5'7", and especially out there with Foy, kind of shows, but he was aggressive on that take.
I just want to credit this Demon defense on how they are, denying ball to Foy and kind of forcing him to make plays. They're used to having a big center be the piece of their opponent, and they've learned. They've learned from their nightmares.
Fort Madison's trying to snap a 3-game losing streak coming into tonight. And a lane violation called as Tackett shot the free throw.
Say a 3-game losing streak?
3-game losing streak they dropped against Burlington. Was beaten by a good 4A team in Pella, and of course that overtime
they won
Meepo
one of their
loss.
last 5. You're right.
Washington also trying to recover after losing 2 on the bounce. 1 in conference play to Mount Pleasant in the Mid-Prairie game, which was here. Mans has an open jumper and gets it to go. Well, Brody Ulick gambled on the steal. Mans made him pay, and that's back-to-back games with a bucket for Ashton. And 4 players now on the board for the Demons. It's an 8-10 ball game. Good response after a strong start by Fort Madison. Greiner, boy, he has been everywhere getting his hands on the basketball in this first.
You love those plays from Tate Greiner.
Helmick lost control of it. Lucas, a junior, 6'2", had 2 points in that Meepo game. averaging 4.5 on the year. They just lob that into Foy. Man, that's what you can do when you've got that kind of size inside.
Yeah, that is exactly what you're supposed to do if you use them.
Foy has as many points as the Demons so far. Stone, under a minute to go. Stone gets to the rim and leaves another short. Boy, against Mid-Prairie, Zeph, that was a struggle for Washington. The Golden Hawks really took those layups away. Washington's kind of stayed cold on those at-rim shots. No good on the three from Tackett, but a second chance. Guzman's going to fire and hits. Guzman, 31% three-point shooter on the season. He's got his first points of the night. 20 seconds to go. Washington could hold for the final shot. Cale Williams instead will get fouled by Tackett. Second of the quarter for the Bloodhounds. First of the night on the freshman, Jonah Tackett.
Sometimes the game moves so fast, I'm not able to comment on what I want. And that drive from Nick Stone, great drive. The finish, keep it simple. Keep it simple. You got the layup, keep it simple.
There's a double screen for Cale Williams.
Oh, Greiner.
Kicks it out to Greiner. Thought about it.
Don't let Foy, don't let him put no fear in your heart. Let him go.
Now he fires.
There we go, Tate Greiner. There we go, Tate Greiner. Don't let that Foy put no fear in your heart.
Tate Greiner at the buzzer. A huge three for Washington. Cuts the Bloodhounds lead to 4. It's 15-11. When we come back, Zeph will have the call of the second quarter. You're watching Washington Demon boys basketball here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
I love helping people. I always wanted to help people. That's what I love the most.
We do a really good job of growing our own, but also we are able to take your skills, adapt them to what we need, or grow them as well.
Our leadership group here, they are actively involved, always supportive of our new ideas and innovation here at the hospital.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Apply today.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation. Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
My name is Levi Lyle. I have lived in Kielder my entire life, but I've been an organic farmer for about a decade. Truly, the reason to do business locally is because of the joy and fulfillment that comes in relationships. Coming to Professional Proteins is an opportunity to work with good people.
Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
And we're back live here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network for some Demon basketball, the second game of our doubleheader tonight. We are at the boys' game. Demons are trailing 4 points. That first quarter was all of Darius Foy making his elite tall presence known. Oh, way out of bounds there. Intended passer was gonna be Mans, but Stone just couldn't find his teammate there. Guzman bringing the ball up, guarded by, oh, he almost traveled there. Foy finds Groves. Back to Wakinde. One-on-one, Wakinde, pass fake. No good there. Is Ulik. Brody Ulik is in the game for the Bloodhounds. Stone finds Mans. Mans gets Conrad. Conrad takes him baseline. No, another too strong of a pass there. Another out of bounds on the Demons. Tate Greiner was wide open in the corner there. You know he wanted that one, as he just closed out the first quarter with a big three-pointer to beat the buzzer. Wakinde. Guarded by Williams. Finds Ulik. Ulik with a nice pass. It gets it back up top. Finds Guzman. Guzman trying to create some offense for his team. Double teamed in the middle of the... Almost lost it there. Wakinde drives, pulls up from the mid-range. Too much on that one. Rebound by Cale Williams. Stone drives, kicks, and Conrad could not make the finish under the basket there. Rebound goes to Guzman. Conrad with the heavy pressure on Guzman. Got a lost shoe there from the tall guy, Darius Foy. Sparkly shoes, nonetheless. Are those some pennies? Can't tell from this angle. Chrome shoes he has on. And his shoes are back on, and he's good, and this game will continue. Sideline inbound for the Bloodhounds. Wakinde guarded by Williams. Fake handoff to Ulik. He drives on Stone. Finds Guzman, who gets back to Ulik. Guzman guarded by Roth. He can't bring it to that paint there. They're everywhere in the block by Stone. Out of bounds though, 6 seconds to go. We're gonna have a baseline inbound for the Bloodhounds. What a defensive stop there from Nick Stone with the block. Here's a couple play call outs there. Guzman, top of the key, drives, pulls up mid-range. No good, Tate Griner gets the rebound. Great defensive stop there from the Demons. Cale Williams thought about it. Finds Conrad, is gonna set up the offense here. Drives in on Wakinde. And the layup, no good, but still gets the contact. He'll be going to the line to shoot two. That'll be the first foul on Wakinde.
Team foul number 1.
Conrad's at the line. He's good on the first free throw. So he breaks the first point on the board for the second half, or the second quarter. Lane violation. As he misses the second free throw anyway, but ball returns to the Bloodhounds. Guzman crossing half court. Back to Wakinde. Finds Foy under the paint. Easy money for Foy. The rim has to be real wide for that guy there. Conrad, crossover, drives. Stolen away. The steal there is Tockett. Wakinde. And a good steal there for the Demons. Deflected, oh. Nick Stone almost falling out of bounds, had to make a last minute pass in. Got deflected out of bounds by Wakinde. Mans. Conrad guarded by Tockett. He's guarding him full court. Crossover by Conrad to Williams. Crossover by Williams, drives. Easy layup there, Cale Williams for two. Demons are now trailing by 3. 4.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Guzman thought about it. Guarded heavily by Drew Conrad. Back to Wakinde. Conrad all over Guzman. Guzman pulls up from the mid-range. No good. Rebound for Cale Williams, who Tockett's guarding full court. Gotta appreciate the defense there from the smaller defender in Tockett. He was all over Cale in that play. Mans finds Cale, finds Stone. Stone drives in. Easy money. Stone right over Groves there. Wakinde guarded by Stone. Got Foy trying to back down Stone in the paint. Tockett takes the foul there on the floor from Cale Williams.
Woods his first.
He picks up his first foul.
Helmet check back into the game for the Bloodhounds.
Helmick checks in the game. Foy gets it blocked there. Rajan Roth meets him right at the rim, but he's still able to get the bucket off of his own rebound. Foy is up to 12 points here in the first half. Tate Griner, short on the three-pointer there. Oh, and Kinde almost lost it. And he did lose it. Bounced off the back of his foot, off the back, behind the back. You can hear coach of the Bloodhounds calling out plays. Foy, high post. Finds Wakinde, guarded by Conrad. Short rebound from Griner. Conrad, crossover, drives in, kicks to Mans, too hard on the pass. That corner has not been nice to the Demons. Each pass to that corner has just went out of bounds. The attempt is there, the play is there, the pass just not making it happen. Guzman, guarded by Conrad, takes the screen from Foy. Foy drops low. Guzman, pump fake, no good. Conrad driving in. Tockett guarding him. He kicks, and another turnover there for Drew Conrad. And a steal, smooth steal from Nick Stone there. Oh! And Roth attempting to clean up the bucket, but it's no good, and a wasted turnover, wasted possession there for the Demons as they had the opportunity there at the rim. And a steal there for Rajan Roth. Gets the deflection all over the defense there. And Conrad comes down, hits a three to make up for his shortcomings on those last couple plays. He's having a tough game right now, but he's looking to pick things back up with that three-pointer there, changing the momentum. And Guzman can't retake the lead as we are tied up. And another attempt there from the Bloodhounds. Foy gets the rebound and the contact. He'll be shooting two.
That was on Griner's first team foul, number 2.
Oh, excuse me, they call it on the floor, so there'll be a baseline inbound for the Bloodhounds as Tate Griner picks up his first foul. Looks like we have a violation there, which turns the ball over, and the Demons retain possession. Conrad, guarded by Wakinde, driving. Drives. Roth to Williams. Rebound by Foy. Under a minute to go here in the second quarter. Wakinde drives, kicks to Tockett, who's short on the three-pointer there, but Wakinde gets the rebound and puts it back up for two. Retakes the lead, 21-19 here. Conrad guarded by Wakinde to Roth. Roth. Conrad guarded by Guzman. They look like they're gonna hold for the final shot, or attempt to hold for the final shot. 4-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Conrad drives, finds Roth on the wing, short. And the Demons are trailing by 2 as we are gonna go into the halftime. First half was run over by Darius Foy, who was just in the paint and getting what he wanted. Demons still in this one as they trail by 2 to the Bloodhounds. We'll be right back with the Fairway Beat and Grocery halftime report live here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
At WCHC, our goal is to take great care of our patients and our staff.
We are able to approach you, take care of your issues, but also give you a path, as far as referrals or treating you right then and there.
Our role in the community is taking care of something that matters to everyone. It's their family and their health.
More than you expect for your health care.
At First Credit Union, we're all about making connections, like how we connect you to that dream vacation with a savings account designed to help get you on the flight there. Connect with First today and see why together is better.
At Washington Lumber and Home Center, our extensive knowledge, great pricing, and a long list of local installation experts, you are guaranteed to get the service you deserve with the quality you should expect. Washington Lumber and Home Center, your local place for great results.
Introducing Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every meal is a delight. Start your day with our mouthwatering breakfast options and savor flavorful lunches with friends and family. Cap off your day with our delectable dinners. Hy-Vee Market Grill, where every moment is delicious.
The Connie and Amanda team is dedicated to giving back to our community by actively engaging with our clients, businesses, and the public. When it comes to helping you find your next home, investment, or commercial space, the Connie and Amanda team is here for you. Fairway is the place to be all season long for your grocery needs. Drive through the lane for the snacks and drinks you need to keep you in the game, and don't forget to grab a meal for a post-game feast. Make Fairway your home field advantage.
In the heart of rural Iowa, where community matters most, the connections we make are made to last. Meet KCTC, your hometown internet, phone, and TV provider. At KCTC, we're not just about technology, we're about people. Our dedicated team are your neighbors, committed to bringing you top-tier services right where you live. We believe in giving back to the community that raised us. Experience the power of a real connection with KCTC. Join us in building a stronger, more connected Southeast Iowa.
At Wolf Floral, you'll find everything you need to spruce up your summer. Located on the southeast corner of the Washington Square, we've got you covered from small gift items to the finest floral arrangements around. Wolf Floral, unique by choice, not by chance.
Your adventure starts here. Capper Auto Group Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram will get you ready in style. Meet with our friendly and experienced team to find a vehicle that gets you on the road, and rely on our service shop to keep you there. Capper Auto Group. See yourself the Capper experience.
Welcome back to Washington High School. We have the Fairway Meat and Grocery halftime show as the Washington Demons trailing the Fort Madison Bloodhounds in the boys game 21-19. It's been a scrappy affair to say the least.
Yes,
Both
indeed.
teams, really going at it inside. The offensive rebounds have been contentious and low scoring, obviously. Darius Foy leads all scorers with 12 of the Bloodhounds' 21. Zeph, what do the Demons have to do in this third quarter to turn this deficit around? They did a good job of it after a slow start, but Fort Madison just managing to nudge ahead, holding the Demons at that kind of arm's length as we get ready for the third.
I believe this second half is going to come down to leadership from their point guard, Drew Conrad. And we saw, him trying to take the mantle a lot. And a lot of those, plays resulted in turnovers. That can't be when you have the green light to control the floor. When we're trusting you to bring the ball down court and to set up the offense, set up the momentum, what's kept them in the game is their phenomenal defense. Granted, they have this huge guy on the court named Darius Foy who has 12 points. But if you were to look at his field goals to miss ratio, you'll notice that they've done a really great job at containing him. But the result right now and why they're trailing is they haven't created the offense. And again, it's going to be taking that leadership role in Drew Conrad and leading your offense to flow a lot better.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, some of those, it feels like some of those driving kick opportunities are kind of there. You saw, even Drew Conrad, the one where he steadied himself and decided to take the transition three instead of all the way to the rim. Yeah. I wonder if, there feels like maybe just a little bit of frustration with both of these teams with Washington trying to attack the rim after, struggling to do so against Mid-Prairie. That was something that the Golden Hawks really, honed in on, tried to eliminate from Washington's game, and they missed some at rims in the first quarter, just trying to force the issue a little bit. I think you're right, moving that ball around, but Washington's issues really have never been on the offensive end. It always feels like something's going to come eventually, whether it's Conrad and Roth scoring inside, Stone shooting, etc. It feels like keeping up this defensive effort is going to be critical for this Demons team. You look over, at Nolan Guzman, has only 3 points through 2 quarters. Obviously, Foy is doing his thing inside, which you expected. But frankly, if Darius Foy scores 35 points and no one else has over 10, it's going to be pretty hard for the Bloodhounds to win the game.
I highly agree with that. And again, I want to credit the Washington Demons on defense. Like they have been like swarming down low. They haven't allowed anything. We aren't tracking the blocks, but the blocks, the stopped attempts, the steals down on the break. It's great. It's great to see. And it's like, when you see it again, a guy like Darius Foy on the court, you're expecting him to just be dominant. And again, by the miss ratio, he could have 30 points right now. But the Demons are stopping it, and they are denying ball and forcing them to pretty much no one else on their team is doing anything else. So it's like, where are your eyes going to go this second half?
A couple aggressive blocks, good effort on the rebounds, but it's going to take an equally good effort for the Demons in this second half. We're about to get it underway. We'll also be joined momentarily by Coach Colin Mulford of the Washington girls basketball team. We'll have Addison Miller, a senior member of the squad as well, coming on as we get the third quarter started between the Demons and the Fort Madison Bloodhounds. Fort Madison underway with the basketball coming out of halftime. Ball up top with Joaquin Day. Joaquin Day inside on Roth, spinning, looking for a shot. Kicks it out. Guzman, one on the shot clock's got to chuck it up. No good on the long-range jumper. As we now welcome on the winning coach and one of his players from the Washington Demon girls basketball team getting a big win over Fort Madison earlier tonight. Addison Miller, Colin Mulford, thank you so much for joining us. Congrats on the win earlier. Addison, I'll start with you. Obviously, big time one in conference play. You get, the double over Fort Madison, 2 wins on the season. Just how'd that feel? You now kind of move even with them in SEC play. I know you have the postseason game already mapped out for you guys, but has to feel good getting another win, your 6th in SEC play here.
It feels really good. It's something we've worked on for the past years and something we've always wanted to reach. I know the past couple of years we've fallen short with Fort Madison, so it felt really good to finally sweep them this year.
Attack it with the steal and score, 23-19 in the boys game. And Coach Mulford, it was we've talked so often about strong starts from your team. It felt like a really strong end to that first quarter. Walk me through that. Would you like from your team? I know Adeline got the big and one at the end of that, came out in the second come and was able to sustain that momentum. How big was that? Just to kind of set the tone for those final 3 quarters there after that first.
We did a really good job in the first quarter with setting the tone overall. Kind of offensively at the beginning, it was just kind of more feeling it out, which is completely fine. But the defensive intensity was there for all 8 minutes, which was huge. And even though they scored 10 points, you could just tell that it carried over to that second quarter to where they only scored 2 points in the whole second quarter.
Washington in the boys game now down to 2, the lead for the Bloodhounds. Once again, talking with Addison Miller and Colin Mulford of the girls team. And Addison, looking at the quote-unquote box score, makeshift one we've got up here in front of me is Rajan Roth tries to dunk it. I think that counts. Roth with the jam in transition. But Addison, just a balanced scoring night for you guys. How great was that? Felt like you guys were really sharing the ball well. Just a big-time, offensive performance across the board, up and down the lineup tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that translated well into what we've preached in practice this past week, really moving the ball around and getting open looks. And I think we did a great job driving tonight, which is something we're not normally – that's not usually what we go for. We're usually a shooting team. So it was good to have that kind of shift in the offense.
And just for yourself, obviously, 8 points got going a little bit there. Just what was working for you? You mentioned was it just kind of down to seeing some of those driving lanes and getting easy looks inside. It felt like you and a lot of other players, like you said, being aggressive, willing to take players on one-on-one. That felt like it worked well for you tonight.
Thank you. Yeah. The main thing with that is just, if I can't get a drive to the basket, kick it out and they can score. But if it is open, I'm gonna try and get a foul called on the other end, and I can shoot free throws. So just working on that there.
Worked out, no doubt, as there's Cale Williams with the layup of his own. The Demons jumping in front 25-23. And, Coach, they've obviously got a talented player in Davis there, number 11. She had that kind of spurt there in the third quarter, but then you were able to slow her down. How'd you like how your team just adjusted defensively with that and overall tonight in a good win against, they've got a couple players who returning all SEC, got some good credentials to them, and you're able to limit them a little bit tonight.
Yeah, we did a good job of, switching and hard hedging, and especially after that third quarter, just making sure that we didn't give her that right hand super easy. That's the hand she wants to get to, and she's very athletic, so I thought we did a really good job.
All right, I've got the game questions out of the way. I've got some senior night questions now that you guys had the ceremony. And Addison, congratulations obviously to you and the rest of the seniors of this team. My first one, I heard about the team dinners at the Long household. That was someone's favorite. What about their meals made it number one? Or was that number one for you?
Yeah, they're really fun. Adeline's mom, Rhiannon, always loves to go extra and do a lot of fun activities. One thing we did was a flower game where you had to pass it on a card, and it was just hilarious to see everyone covered in flour and all that. It was a lot of fun.
No doubt about it. 27-27 in the boys' game. As Drew Conrad gets inside, kicks it out, Tate Greiner. Roth, layup no good. And the team dinner is always, it feels like just the best time for bonding. And Coach Mulford, did I hear this right? They caroled at your house for Christmas time?
Yes.
Give me a review of the performance.
It was pretty good. It wasn't bad. Some of them are in fine arts, so it wasn't bad. It was good. They made the trip all the way to Mount Pleasant for it. I didn't know it was a tradition that usually other girls will go around to a lot of the coaches' places and do that. I wouldn't have expected them to come all the way to Mount Pleasant, but they made the trek.
And Addison, the trek worth it for you to surprise that on your coach?
Absolutely, yeah. It was just a really fun experience overall. And to start that tradition was just a really fun idea that kind of shows our senior leadership, I think. And we went around to another ton of other houses in Washington.
So did you start that just this year, or was that a couple of years ago?
Just this year, yeah. Our friend group is a little goofy, and so we had to throw something special in for Mulford.
Yeah, kind of on that note, I mean, just how's it feel? You had that moment with the rest of the seniors down there. Just what are you going to, remember from, your memories with this group? Obviously still got, a little bit of the season left here, but, it seems like you guys have a very close bond. Just what can you say about that and the memories you've made with this team and this group of seniors?
Yeah, we've definitely made the most of our senior season together, and that's something that I've always wanted the past couple of years. Freshman year, we had a couple of other friends out, but it's good to have them back and just enjoy the rest of this season together.
And Coach, I'll kind of ask you the same thing. Obviously, it's your first year with this group as their head coach, but it seems like a really special group. Just what can you say about these 7 seniors on this team and what they've brought, culture-wise and just being a great example of, leadership and all that.
Yeah, they're awesome to be around. They're great leaders for the underclassmen. It's always you want to, when you start a program or kind of when you get into the program, so when these seniors were freshmen, they want, the goal is hopefully that you leave it better than when they found it, and they've absolutely done that. When they found it, I don't really know what the record was, but this is the first winning season they've had in a while, so they've done a really good job of just kind of upping the standard, and they have great culture, and they just love to be around each other.
Okay, Addison, back to the caroling. Who's the best singer on the team, most talented?
Ooh. I mean, my friend group is pretty good. We like to harmonize.
Okay.
Not to brag, but I'm pretty good.
Okay.
But we've got some good singers. Addie's really good, too.
Was there a favorite, at least Christmas, I know I guess it's not Christmas time now, but a favorite carol that you guys did?
Oh, we did a lot. I mean, you got to go with the classic. What did we do for yours? Feliz Navidad?
Yes, that was one of them.
That's one of our favorite ones.
That song was stuck in my head for the next 24 hours, I'm pretty sure.
Very good. Well, my last one for me, I'll ask this for both of you. Addison, I'll start it with you, but obviously you guys got your playoff path on Thursday. It starts with a familiar foe in Fairfield. How excited are you for the postseason?
Really excited. We weren't expecting to get that 3 seed, but it's really opening up some opportunities for us to play in advance in postseason, and it'll be great to just get after it for a couple rounds, hopefully.
Yeah, and Coach, just for you, obviously Fairfield potentially tipped in down the road if that's how things shake out. A couple teams you're familiar with. What's the game plan now for the next week here leading into, you've got a couple more regular season games I know to juggle on top of this before postseason gets rolling next Saturday?
We got 2 good teams to play left in regular season just like we had tonight. So whether it's win or loss for either of them, it's just we want to keep improving so that way we're playing our best basketball. And, Fairfield, even though we've beaten them twice, it's extremely hard to beat a team 3 times in the same year. So it's just still make sure we have that urgency and having that attention to detail when we go in and play them.
Well, selfishly, I'm glad that you guys got that home game. We can call another one for y'all, and it isn't a wrap on the home season here tonight, but we'll end things there. Obviously, a big win for the Washington girls team tonight against Fort Madison boys team, trying to get done. Either of you, I always ask Coach Mulford this when he comes up, if he's got any thoughts on the boys game, but you can share your own if you've got any observations. I just like to put him on the spot.
It's very close. Hope they come up with the win here, but couple of steals in that second quarter, I thought. Just keep playing fast.
It's been scrappy.
Yeah, very scrappy, I agree.
Well, with a minute 30 to go, we'll sign you guys off. Appreciate the time as always. Demon Girls team get a 49-37 win over Fort Madison tonight. They improved to 6-3 in conference play, and they'll be back here Saturday night against Fairfield for some playoff action. Coach Addison, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you guys.
Thanks, guys. Quinde, or Guzman rather, bringing it across. It's been an intense one in the boys' game, as Madison Miller said. Thank you to him, or her, and Coach Mulford for coming on as always. Very excited to be calling another girls' game down on the pipeline next Saturday night against Fairfield. Meanwhile, here though, we got 49 seconds left in an intense third quarter. 32-31, the Bloodhounds lead it. Rajan Roth brings it up. Ashton Mans is going to come in. Back and forth, kind of some fast break play in this third quarter. So we welcome back on Zeph Walker-El. Zeph, I know I've been conducting some interviews and things goings on, so it's been one eye on the game, one ear to listening to Coach Mulford and Addison Miller as Conrad gets the two. Your observations as we count down the final 15 seconds of this quarter.
Man,
if I interrupt you because of Fort Madison
I am
play,
getting
sorry.
so frustrated at these fast breaks that are leading to no buckets. It's like you're giving your defense so much.
The block, Guzman, the putback.
Oh, good putback there.
That puts Fort Madison up by one, and that will be the last act of the third quarter. We'll debrief on the other side, but we've got a good one, folks, going into the fourth. Washington down 33-31. When you come back, we'll have the final 8 minutes between the Demons and Bloodhounds here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network.
Our communities were founded on the strength of local farmers. At CBI Bank and Trust, you can aim high, bank strong. With personalized service and trusted relationships, we'll help take your ag business to the next level with the right loan for your needs. CBI Bank and Trust is here for you.
At Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction, we provide everything from design to complete installation of your kitchen cabinets. For small town service with competitive prices, Southeast Iowa Cabinets and Strabela Construction are here for you.
Welcome back. We've got a good one, folks, heading into the fourth quarter. The Washington Demon Girls team won 49-37 over Fort Madison. They've done the double over Fort Madison on the season. The boys team is trying to do the same. Zeph, what's it going to take in the fourth quarter to get it done for Washington?
Patience. Pacing yourself. They have the game in their grasp. They're just not capitalizing on their opportunities. They could be up over 10 points right now, how many fast break opportunities they've blown because they're playing too fast. Like, take control of the momentum.
Conrad's going to try a three to start the quarter, and it doesn't get the bounce. We'll see if Washington can have that patience. Leading the way for the Demons right now is Cale Williams with 10. Darius Ford, by the way, still stuck at 12. He did not score in that third quarter.
I just saw him just standing there, if we're being honest. He's not even getting any rebounds. And we spoke too soon. I sometimes love to hate that.
I couldn't help but laugh at that one. That is a commentary I've never seen one. But Cale Williams,
bucket.
Fearless on the other side.
And that right there was patience. You know, he had the opportunity to go right up the moment he had the ball, but he took his time, and it resulted in 2 points.
The three the other way, no good by Helmick. Coming the other way is Williams.
If we can add anything, this game has not been a shooting game. It has been gritty and in the paint and scoring your buckets. You're earning them your buckets. Let me say that. Earning every bucket.
The final score of the first matchup between these two teams finished at an 86-65 win for Washington. That's the most points the Demons have scored in a game. We are far off of that in the rematch. Here's a three on the way by Guzman. That's good. A big one for Nolan. He's been relatively quiet, but is now up to 12 after the triple.
By the powers vested in me, can Washington make a three-pointer? Because I just said it, and then they score a three. Like, what is this?
Conrad gonna try and slow things down. Little 1-3-1 action here for Fort Madison on defense. Williams got it at the top of the key. Let's see how the Demons try to probe against that zone. Or will Stone just drill one? He will.
I love the power. I love it.
That's a quick 3 for Nick Stone. Colin Stark still wants to talk about it. Stone's got 7. The Demons have 38. They are within 1 point. We'll send it to a quick break, super producer Peter, and we'll be back on the other side. Good one here between Washington and Fort Madison. (39-38) is the lead for Fort Madison. They have the basketball after Colin Stark just called a timeout after Nick Stone hit a 3. He's got 7. The leader on the night is Cale Williams with 12. Drew Conrad's got 8. Rajon Roth has 6. Tate Griner, who's out there as well, starting group for Washington, is on the floor. He's got 3. Guzman, who hit a big 3 right before Stone, has got 12. He gives it into Foy, who's the other double-digit guy with 14, and he got fouled by Roth.
Foy's foul on the play.
He better hope he make these free throws because that was some good defense.
That's the 3rd on Roth. He's the only one who now kind of trickles into foul trouble.
This is his first attempt of the game, right? Yeah, it looks like it.
Foy's first free throw. He's only a 31% free throw shooter. It is not his strong suit per se, but he drilled the first that time. This is a guy who hadn't played the first part of the season. His first game back was that January 2nd game against Washington. Fort Madison, struggled without him. They beat Fairfield with him a few weeks later. I was at that game. Nolan Guzman went for 34 in that one. Doesn't look like anyone's going to go for 34 the way this one's being paced out. Yeah, 41-38 after the 2 makes.
This is a knockdown, drag-out fight right here.
Conrad is guarded tightly up there by Jonah Tackett. Can he beat him with a blow-by or find a teammate? Throws it up for Roth, who kicks it out to Griner. Back to Conrad. They'll rotate it around. Williams steps into a jumper. That's good.
Great shot, Cale.
Man, patient offense there from Washington, and they find their hot hand Williams. Boy, he just signed for Drake football on Tuesday, but I'll tell you, maybe the MVC Drake program might have to give him a call.
Man, that was a great shot from Cale there. He's showing he can play at multiple levels, and that's what you like to see.
3rd foul on Stone on the other end. So now him and Roth both have 3. Something to pay attention to. No one in foul trouble right now for Fort Madison. Demons have 2 in the quarter. Bulldogs have not fouled yet. Foy guarded by Stone. He keeps his hands up, and Foy lost the ball. Who did Trickle last out off of? Conrad. It'll stay with Fort Madison. 5 minutes to go in the 4th.
Every single possession matters because of the way they're playing tonight. Like, you cannot give anyone any type of run.
Wide open layup. Helmick escaped from his man. And it's a 3-point lead. Conrad isolating on Joaquin Day. Kicks it out to Williams. Drives to the free throw line. Tate Griner's got a wide open 3. Too short, and the rebound to Guzman.
A little more airtime on that one would have been resulted in a bucket. I think Foy's going to leave him open again.
Guzman guarded by Conrad. Joaquin Day left side. Top of the key, it's Tackett. Guzman again. Williams on him now. Screen from Foy. Guzman doesn't use it. Spins, looking, steps past Williams, leaves the shot short, gets his own miss, and the foul. A big make for Nolan Guzman. Williams came just a little late, going for the block. That will be his second, third of the game for the Demons, but more importantly, a chance for Guzman, who's now already made this a 2-possession game, to make it a 6-pointer with the free throw. And the senior Guzman does just that. This was an all-SEC first-teamer last night. He's got 15. He's averaging about 18. Can Washington find an answer with 4 minutes on the timer?
Yeah, they're leaving.
Thrown over to Griner. They're leaving him open. Can't leave that guy open, though. Not good on the 3 from Stone. 3:50 to go. Fort Madison's going to take their time here. This is a Bloodhounds team who's used to being in these positions. They nearly hit a buzzer beater to knock off Fairfield in the early season. They went to overtime in their last game against Mediapolis, trying to hang on against Washington, and a foul is called. Foy didn't really have control of it. A couple Demons were batting it around. They're going to eventually get it on Roth. That's his 4th.
And that's their 4th foul. They have none to give now.
Fort Madison still yet to commit one in this 4th. Could get away from Washington quickly with the foul count like that, and if Foy is going to keep hitting his free throws as he does there. 17 for Darius. He's well above his season average in the short games that he's played, just his 12th appearance of the year. Misses the 2nd. Big possession upcoming here for Washington. Conrad's got it on the left side. Gives it to Roth.
Every time. You got to trust him.
Conrad again. Driving, probing, stopping, shooting. No good, but he got fouled.
Great contact there.
And Washington will take that. You can put some points on the board without any time coming off. That'll go on Helmick, his first of the quarter for the Bloodhounds. Conrad, 8 tonight. He's averaging 15 on the year. Well on his way to potentially a first-team All-SEC nod when the season's done. Makes the first. Washington's trying to snap a 2-game winning streak. Their last one was here on the 23rd of January. They beat Fairfield. Their last close-ish game was the one before that against Ottumwa. Won that game still by 11 points. You have to go back almost to their loss by 10 to Burlington, or even their win against Clear Creek Amana by 3, all the way back on January 3rd. When they've last been in this position. They've got it to 5 here, 3 to play. Guzman. Boy, underneath wide open was Helmick. Guzman didn't see him. He's going to drive himself against Griner. Got tied up with Conrad. A jump ball will keep it with Fort Madison. Good defense by Conrad. He's up to double figures, by the way, now with 10 points.
This is going to be an interesting end here.
Inbound to Helmick. Top of the key, Guzman, guarded by Griner. Drives around him and got fouled. And that will put Nolan Guzman, a 80% free throw shooter, on the line.
That's tough.
Second on Griner, and yeah, boy, Washington's been hit with quite a few ticky-tack ones in this 4th, and that's going to hurt them with 2:50 to go, and Fort Madison in the bonus. And Guzman gets the lead back up to 7. Conrad, top of the key, tries to find Stone. It's whacked out of bounds. It'll stay with Washington. See what the Demons draw up out of the inbound play.
They've got time.
Bucket would be huge on this possession. They somehow get it into Williams over Foy. Roth in the corner, the floater, in and out. Rolls off
tough.
the other side of the rim.
It's a great look. It's just that rim was closed to that day.
That's an opportunity for Fort Madison to just eat a little bit more time. Guzman drives around Conrad. And yeah, Washington can't play too resistant a defense. Here's Foy on the O board, leaves the shot short. Empty possession for the Bloodhounds. Stone bobbles it, eventually gathers. Almost could step into 3 there. Roth instead will drive on Foy. And one!
Huge!
A massive bucket by Rajan Roth. He's up to 8 and can cut the lead to 4 with the free throw.
I need to hear some demon chants in here. We need some "Let's go, demons, let's go." Like,
Roth gets the free throw to go, and the lead is 4. 2 minutes to play in this fourth. Washington cut it to 1 possession with a stop and a score. Foy has it inside the spin. Ooh. Nice touch on the shot from Darius Foy. And a full timeout called by the Bloodhounds. Ryan Wilson trying to see out a road win. We will take a quick break. When we come back, it's the final 151 between Washington and Fort Madison here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. .151 remaining in the fourth. Southeast Iowa Video Network, Jack Knowlton, Zeph Walker-El, great producer Peter Camp.
Can't forget about the camera.
Can't forget about the camera guy. I forget his name, though. Conrad brings it across. We've got an intense finish coming up between the Demons and Bloodhounds. Washington in need of a bucket. Fort Madison's in the bonus, and they still have 3 fouls to give. Here's Roth driving on Guzman, goes to the baseline. That pass tipped by Foy. Griner, a 3. No good.
That was big. That was huge. That was a game-changing shot right there from Tate. Not to put the pressure on him, but he needs to step up right there.
Pressure's on for these Demons to now get a stop. Instead, Stone fouls.
A foul?
So that's going to put Guzman back on the free throw line.
Oh, that was a very let them play. Like, that was tough.
Guzman gets the roll on the first.
That's tough. That could be a game. That's a.
The lead is 7, make it 8 for Fort Madison, and Washington, it's a minute 15, running out of time, trying to get an SEC win. Conrad. It's been good defense by Fort Madison in this fourth. Little room for driving lane. Stone lost it. Foy's got it. Another turnover late for Washington. Guzman has it again, and Washington just has to foul him. Boy, they've done a good job getting their best free throw shooter the ball here. Guzman, he's up to 19 points. He's about to leapfrog Foy as the leading scorer tonight. Gets the first to go. He's got a smooth stroke. So for Fort Madison, again, this would be just their 3rd win of the season, but snap a 3-game losing streak. They've got to go to Centerville and then top of the conference Keokuk in their next 2. Washington at Williamsburg for their next one. Do they have maybe a miracle left in? Another turnover by Conrad. Williams on the foul. And with the lead now 10 and under a minute to go.
This is a tough way to watch them lose.
Unlikely for Washington.
This was a very neck-and-neck game the entire way through. Then we get down to the last 3 minutes, and now they're down 10. Tough.
Wakinde is at the line, and the sophomore misses the first.
Wakinde will get a second.
Wakinde appeared in just 5 games last year. He's been a starter on the team as a sophomore, taking a bigger role. She's chipped in a nice 6 points tonight. Second free throw, no. And Washington just needs to go quick. Kaylee's had a good game. Roth, they've got to fire up shots. Roth takes the layup, can't hit it. And with the shot clock off, Stark will call off the Dogs, and the Demons are going to fall short 55-45 against Fort Madison. It's a frustrating loss for Washington, who now drops to 10-8 on the season and dips below 500 in conference play. 2-4-5. Final 10 seconds on the clock here. Washington, like we said, will be at Williamsburg for their next game. They'll try and get right against a struggling Williamsburg Raiders team. Fort Madison, a big-time win for them. Their third of the season, and they avenge an earlier season loss to Washington from early January. Your final again, 55-45. We'll send it to a quick break. When we come back, we'll wrap it up with the Community First Credit Union post-game show. The Bloodhounds getting a 10-point win over the Demon Boys team.
I love helping people. I always wanted to help people. That's what I love the most.
We do a really good job of growing our own, but also we are able to take your skills, adapt them to what we need, or grow them as well.
Our leadership group here, they are actively involved, always supportive of our new ideas and innovation here at the hospital.
Washington County Hospital and Clinics. Apply today.
There are places where all roads lead to families providing for their loved ones and their community. That's where you'll find us. Generation after generation, Farm Bureau Financial Services. It's your future. Let's protect it.
My name is Levi Lyle. I have lived in Kyoto my entire life, but I've been an organic farmer for about a decade. Truly, the reason to do business locally is because of the joy and fulfillment that comes in relationships. Coming to Professional Proteins is an opportunity to work with good people.
Check out Community Profiles every Thursday, where our host, Greta Clemens, talks with people from around Washington about their stories and highlighting upcoming events. Make sure to tune in to Community Profiles every Thursday at 10 on the Southeast Iowa Live Facebook and YouTube page.
Back here at Washington High School, putting a bow on this one. The Washington Demon girls team getting a win earlier tonight, but the boys team falling short 55-45 to the Fort Madison Bloodhounds. This is the Community First Credit Union post-game show. Jack Knowlton, Zeph Walker L. Zeph doing some final score tabs or final stat tabulations for us, which we always greatly appreciate. But Washington only 45 points in a loss. They only scored 46 against Mount Pleasant 2 games ago. 46 against Carlisle in a loss. They've hovered right around that number. Scoring been a little bit of a struggle for the Demons, and they now lose their third in a row. Zeph, a little bit of a frustrating one, but Fort Madison just in that fourth they really put the clamps on with their defense there in that fourth quarter. It was a neck-and-neck game throughout. It was never going to be a blowout win for either team, but it felt like that defense in that fourth really made the difference there in that second half between both of these teams.
Yeah, it just, it fell apart. It fell apart, and it was really close the entire game. And it was coming down to the wire. It was like, okay, this might come down to a final shot type of game. And Washington just broke. They broke to the pressure. I don't know if it was the fact that their offense just wasn't as clicking as it normally is, or were they faced with this one-on-one matchup a lot, with Drew Conrad and Joaquin Day. It was tough to see, and a lot of just unnecessary turnovers. Lots of unnecessary turnovers. These 21 and 19 points that came from Guzman and Foy did not come from dominant basketball play. They came from results in Demons failing to keep hold of the basketball. Fast breaks, steals that led to, steals that led to fast breaks, fast breaks that resulted in turnovers and ones, and it just got out of hand. We didn't get to see, the normal play from Nick Stone. He didn't shoot as much. Tate Griner just, he didn't shoot as well. He had a lot of open opportunities. Again, this sounds like, I can't remember the game it was. I think it was against Christian or something like that. What's the name of the team? Let me see here. I think that Carlisle. I think that's another similar game where it was just like, it came down to a close ending, and they just fell apart in the end. You got to go back to what happened in that fourth quarter that made you guys just lose hope.
Yeah, it definitely turnovers, at least, in these last 2 games. Mid-Prairie as well, when Washington was home here on Monday. Struggled with turnovers in that game. That has not been a trope of this Washington team all year.
At all.
A very surprising turn of trend in these last 2 games for the boys team. But yeah, again, that and credit to Fort Madison. Take nothing away from them. They forced those mistakes and definitely forced the issue there. Nolan Guzman able to get going. He got to what he knows how to do well, which was hit free throws, and he was impressive in the win, as was Darius Foy in that first half. They managed to take things away from him a little bit, scrapped well on the rebounds, played decent defensively. But the turnovers just not enough. 14 points from Cale Williams, also not enough in a loss for Washington. That'll do it here for the Community First Credit Union postgame show. We will be back here. We have 2 more games on our calendar, the first coming up on Valentine's Day. We've got the girls' game in their playoffs against Fairfield. The boys will play Solon. Our potentially final 2 broadcasts pending the playoff results, how it shakes out for the boys' team. But they fall tonight 55-45. The girls getting a big-time win earlier tonight, 49-37. Thank you to Addison Miller and Colin Mulford for joining the broadcast in that third quarter to talk about that game. But a 1-1 split against Fort Madison tonight for Washington. That'll do it for the Community First Credit Union post-game show. For Zeph Walker-El, for our great producer Peter Camp, for the cameraman, and for all of you great viewers, appreciate you tuning in as always. We'll be back for our next broadcast coming up between Washington and Fairfield here on the Southeast Iowa Video Network. We'll sign off.